song, tell the demon world, bring it on. And I'll be beating on my chest with the word of y'all like King Kong. And if it's on, then it's on, tell the demon world, bring it on. And I'll be beating on my chest with the word of y'all like King Kong.
See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you with a quick and bones. I felt the Rock Hakodesh when I wrote this song. That's how I knew it would engrave. It's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you with a quick and bones. Shaky bell taught out me side nah. That's when the Abba Yah wrote his law in stone.
I'm highly elevated, melanated. I know they hate it. Cut from a different cloth, the seed of Jacob, not to be forsaken. We're the holy nation. Please awaken. There's no debating that we were taken here on slave ships by the pagans to Babylon, where they babble on about the hatred. Kill us dead and lock us in their cages. Unplugged from the matrix. It's basics, they're racist, and we're in the snake pit. Bahashim Hamashiach Yahushua, covered in anti-serpent venom. Praise the Lamb of Yah. Ark of the covenant given to us in Exodus. We become his peculiar treasure through obedience. Bahashim Hamashiach Yahushua, covered in anti-serpent venom. Praise the Lamb of Yah. Ark of the covenant given to us in Exodus. Yahuwah Bahashim Yahushua Barakatah. Selah.
See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you with a quick and bones. I felt the Ruach HaKodesh when I wrote this song. That's how I knew it would engrave. It's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you with a quick and bones. Moshe Kibel taught out me side nah. That's when the Abba Yah wrote his law in stone.
Try me out the water like Moshe in denial. This water for the skeptics, y'all gon' draw them out the Nile. Every knee will bow. Trump confessions like snitching, righteously eating. Hunt for the rep, for the wicked, prepare a table in front of my enemy. Feeding the homeless, friends and family. I felt the Ruach HaKodesh when I heard this song. When the Messiah coming back, it won't be long. I need the word in me like Mary before she know Joseph. Had him blown away, I met Adam and so explosive. Pharaoh let go and y'all chosen. Don't need your golden shackle, we golden. That's nothing that can take the place of the Most High fighting these devils like Dante. The devil may cry, Shema, Yahweh, Yahweh, Elohenu. I want that stone with a name on it. This brand new.
See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you with a quick and bones. I felt the Ruach HaKodesh when I wrote this song. That's how I knew it would engrave. It's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you with a quick and bones. Moshe Kibel taught out me side nah. That's when the Abba Yah wrote his law in stone. Look, I'ma run my kingdom marathon until you call me home or thy kingdom come. And the hell with you vagabond, and fire upon Babylon. These curses, they weigh a ton, but still I keep the faith in your holy son. This that music for the valley of the dry bones. This that music that will shake and awaken the bones. When it's in you, it ain't on you, no DNA clone. Rise up, Judah, take your place, reclaiming the throne. Front line against Decepticons and Megatron. The 144 transform into Metatron. I stay up quick from the hip, quick to pull a script. And my AK-207 keep a full clip. I stay up quick from the hip, quick to pull a script. And my AK-207 keep a full clip. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you with a quick and bones. I felt the Ruach HaKodesh when I wrote this song. That's how I knew it would engrave. It's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you with a quick and bones. Moshe Kibel taught out me side nah. That's when the Abba Yah wrote his law in stone.
And if it's on, then it's on. Tell the demon world, bring it on. And I'll be beating on my chest with the word of Yah like King Kong. And if it's on, then it's on. Tell the demon world, bring it on. And I'll be beating on my chest with the word of Yah like King Kong. And if it's on, then it's on. Tell the demon world, bring it on. And I'll be beating on my chest with the word of Yah like King Kong. And if it's on, then it's on. Tell the demon world, bring it on. And I'll be beating on my chest with the word of Yah like King Kong.
See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you with a quick and bones. I felt the Ruach HaKodesh when I wrote this song. That's how I knew it would engrave. It's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you with a quick and bones. Shaky Bell taught out me side nah. That's when the Abba wrote his law in stone.
I'm highly elevated, melanated. I know they hate it. Cut from a different cloth, the seed of Jacob, not to be forsaken. We're the holy nation. Please awaken. There's no debating that we were taken here on slave ships by the pagans to Babylon, where they babble on about the hatred. Kill us dead and lock us in their cages. Unplugged from the matrix. It's basics, the racist, and we're in the snake pit. Bahashim HaMashiach Yahushua, covered in anti-serpent venom. Praise the Lamb of Yah. Ark of the covenant given to us in Exodus. We become his peculiar treasure through obedience. Bahashim HaMashiach Yahushua, covered in anti-serpent venom. Praise the Lamb of Yah. Ark of the covenant given to us in Exodus. Yahuwah Bahashim Yahushua Barakatah. Selah.
See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, it a quicken bones. I felt the Ruach HaKodesh when I wrote this song. That's how I knew it would engrave and set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, it a quicken bones. Shaky Bell taught out me side nah. That's when the Abba wrote his law in stone.
Try me out the water like Moshe in denial. This water for the skeptics, y'all gon' draw him out the Nile. Every knee will bow. Tongue confessions like snitching, righteously eating. Hump for the rep, for the wicked. Prepare a table in front of my enemy. Feeding the homeless, friends and family. I felt the Ruach HaKodesh when I heard this song. When the Messiah coming back, it won't be long. I need the word in me like Mary before she know Joseph. Had him blown away, y'all made Adam and so explosive. Pharaoh let go and y'all chosen. Don't need your golden chocolate, we golden. There's nothing that can take the place of the Most High fighting these devils like Dante. The devil may cry, Shema, that's raw, Yahuwah, Elohenu. I want that stone with a name on it. That's brand new.
See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, it a quicken bones. I felt the Ruach HaKodesh when I wrote this song. That's how I knew it would engrave and set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, it a quicken bones. Shaky Bell taught out me side nah. That's when the Abba wrote his law in stone. Look, I'ma run my kingdom marathon until you call me home or thy kingdom come. And the hell with you vagabond. And fire upon Babylon. Yeah, these curses, they weigh a ton. But still I keep the faith in your holy son. This that music for the valley of the dry bones. This that music that will shake and awaken the bones. When it's in you, it ain't on you, no DNA clone. Rise up, Judah, take your place, reclaiming the throne. Front line against Decepticons and Megatron. The 144 transform into Metatron. I stay equipped from the hip, quick to pull a script. And my AK-207 keep a full clip. I stay equipped from the hip, quick to pull a script. And my AK-207 keep a full clip. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, it a quicken bones. I felt the Ruach HaKodesh when I wrote this song. That's how I knew it would engrave and set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, it a quicken bones. Shaky Bell taught out me side nah. That's when the Abba wrote his law in stone.
And if it's on, then it's on. Tell the demon world, bring it on. And I'll be beating on my chest with the word of Yah like King Kong. And if it's on, then it's on. Tell the demon world, bring it on. And I'll be beating on my chest with the word of Yah like King Kong. And if it's on, then it's on. Tell the demon world, bring it on. And I'll be beating on my chest with the word of Yah like King Kong. And if it's on, then it's on. Tell the demon world, bring it on. And I'll be beating on my chest with the word of Yah like King Kong.
See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, it a quicken bones. I felt the Ruach HaKodesh when I wrote this song. That's how I knew it would engrave and set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, it a quicken bones. Shaky Bell taught out me side nah. That's when the Abba wrote his law in stone.
I'm highly elevated, melanated. I know they hate it. Cut from a different cloth, the seed of Jacob, not to be forsaken. We're the holy nation. Please awaken. There's no debating that we were taken here on slave ships by the pagans to Babylon, where they babble on about the hatred. Kill us dead and lock us in their cages. Unplugged from the matrix. It's basics, the racist, and we're in the snake pit. Bahashim HaMashiach Yahushua, covered in anti-serpent venom. Praise the Lamb of Yah. Ark of the covenant given to us in Exodus. We become his peculiar treasure through obedience. Bahashim HaMashiach Yahushua, covered in anti-serpent venom. Praise the Lamb of Yah. Ark of the covenant given to us in Exodus. Yahuwah Bahashim Yahushua Barakatah. Selah.
See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, it a quicken bones. I felt the Ruach HaKodesh when I wrote this song. That's how I knew it would when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, with a quick and bone. No shaky bell, taught out me side nah. That's when the Abaya road is low and stone.
Try me out the water like Moshe in denial. This water for the skeptics, y'all gon' draw 'em out denial. Every need will buy 'em. Tongue confessions like snitching, righteously eating. Hunt for the rep, for the wicked, prepare a table in front of my enemy. Feeding the homeless, friends and family. I felt the Ruach HaKodesh when I heard this song. When the Messiah coming back, it won't be long. I need the word in me like Mary before she know Joseph. Had him bummed away, I met Adam and so explosive. Pharaoh let go and y'all chosen. Don't need your golden chapel, we golden. That's nothing that can take the place of the Most High fighting these devils like Dante. Devil may cry, Shema, yes, raw, Yahweh, Elohenu. I want that stone with a name on it. That's brand new.
See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, with a quick and bones. I felt the Ruach HaKodesh when I wrote this song. That's how I knew it would engrave and set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, with a quick and bones. No shaky bell, taught out me side nah. That's when the Abaya road is low and stone. Look, I'ma run my kingdom marathon until you call me home or thy kingdom come. And the hell with you vagabond. And fire upon Babylon. Yeah, these curses, they weigh a ton. But still I keep the faith in your holy son. This that music for the valley of the dry bones. This that music that will shake and awaken the bones. When it's in you, it ain't on you, no DNA clone. Rise up, Judah, take your place, reclaiming the throne. Front line against Decepticons and Megatron. The 144 transform into Metatron. I stay equipped from the hip, quick to pull a script. And my AK-207 keep a full clip. I stay equipped from the hip, quick to pull a script. And my AK-207 keep a full clip. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, with a quick and bones. I felt the Ruach HaKodesh when I wrote this song. That's how I knew it would engrave and set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, with a quick and bones. No shaky bell, taught out me side nah. That's when the Abaya road is low and stone.
And if it's on, then it's on. Tell the demon world, bring it on. And I'll be beating on my chest with the word of y'all like King Kong.
All right. Peace, family. Peace and shalom. I was scheduled to go live on a completely different topic, but my phone been ringing off. I'm getting messages. I got messages with the video. Even Sonetta shared a video with me. Let me just go to my my phone. Yeah, Sonetta shared a video with me twice, right? About this particular interaction between Wack 100, Jabari, Unc 107, 607 Unc, and Sonetta. So I thought that I should comment on it simply because it's a hot topic in the community. There's a lot of things that were spoken on that I'd like to, share my views on. As you guys know, when I do a reaction video, there's no horse in the race. I'm critical of all parties involved. I don't care about anyone necessarily on the video, so to speak. I'm just here to give commentary, whether we're friends or not, whether I know you or not. I got to stick to who I am and just be truthful about what I see. So that's what I'm going to do. I would like you guys to like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. I can't wait to hear some of your thoughts. I want you guys to take the link to this live stream and paste it all over social media because, yeah, it's going to be one of them live streams. Also, do remember we do have a class tonight at Learn Torah Hebrew Academy occurring at about 8:45 p.m. And it's about Gematria 101. Everything pertaining to Gematria fully explained. So all thoughts pertaining to what we refer to as biblical Hebrew Gematria, all of that will be fully qualified, fully explained on patreon.com/Learn Torah. Now, before I get into this, I want to say, I'm not a person that reacts to just any video. Obviously, I typically react to things that catch my eye, but so many people message me about this. Even someone in the video messaged me about it, and no hidden hands. Brother Sonetta messaged me about this video. He sent the video to me from 2 different channels, so I guess he wanted me to see it. So with everybody else talking about it, asking me about it, Sonnet himself sending me it. I said, all right, let me do a reaction video because apparently people want to know what's my reaction. So with that being said, I'm going to get into my reaction and it's going to be fun. All right. So let me give you guys a quick backdrop. So I was able to watch the full video before commenting. So I am familiar with the parts that led up to why they're disagreeing. As a quick disclaimer, I want to say that I don't agree with everything Jabari says. I also don't agree with everything that Wack 100 says. You're going to see me here challenging things that Jabari said, critiquing things that Jabari said. You're equally going to see me challenging things that Wack 100 said and critiquing things that he said. And I may also have some critique for our good brother Sarnetta. That's what I do when I do reaction videos. Nothing personal, just reacting to content that's streaming and that, people are talking about. So with that being said, we're going to play this. This is from 607 Unc. This should be interesting. I want you guys to see what led up to the verbal altercation between Jabari, Wack 100, and then the need for old brother Sarnetta to jump in the mix and help brother Jabari out. All right, with that being said, here we go.
I can give him, what can I bring? What can I lay at his feet? I looked at his website with the incredible diapers and I realized, hey, my business is marketing and branding. So I understood my gifts. So I said, I need to elevate his site. The website was nice, but I knew that I could take it to another level. So what I told him is, hey, I like your website, but I'd like to take it to another level. I understood that this was a man that was prideful. He was going to try to pay me. So what I did was I told him, I want to do this. His birthday was coming up. I'm doing it for your birthday. So I literally took the site. I paid for it myself and I turned over the site. Okay, there's other things that we need to do. So I understood. You have a visionary. This is, I feel like a lot of men want to lead women and y'all want us to submit, but what the hell are we submitting?
I don't want that. Very question. I don't want that. Very question. Who's talking about submission? A woman should submit to shit.
Why should a woman submit? We're going to go ahead with Jabari.
She should.
It's interesting you asked me that. I don't believe a woman should submit.
She should submit.
I am
good.
part
Get
of...
somebody that thinks she should.
Wait.
Mrs. should be on both sides.
Some real quick things. First of all, a joke. When this brother handed his wife some diapers, I was like, oh, what we about to hear? Why he had a diaper?
Half on the baby.
Perfect reason to hand her diapers. But let me say, the other thing I'm going to clean up really quickly. We think.
All right. The first thing I want to say is I'm going to repeat something that Wack 100 said in this diatribe that they're about to get into. Wack 100 said to Jabari, you didn't look around the room. You didn't survey the room properly. And I'm paraphrasing. And I'm going to agree with Wack 100 in that Jabari did not look around and survey the temperature in the room. A lot of us that grew up in the hood, Jabari said he grew up in the hood as well. The first thing we do when we're in an environment is we survey the room. We check the temperature. We know who's doing what. We know who to say this with. We know who not to say this with. We know, where to go with certain things. We know when to take it down. It's just how we all grew up. Most men, you going out with your lady and you're in a restaurant, most men won't sit with their back to the door, myself included. I need to see. In fact, I don't sit with my back to nothing. I have to be able to see everybody. It's just how I grew and how I was raised, right? So growing up in the inner cities of New York, Brooklyn, there's a certain way that I was raised. Many of you that are men can relate to that. And as men, when we walk into the room, we already sizing up everything moving in the room. We checking the temperature. And I don't think that brother Jabari checked the temperature in the room. And I don't think that he really did his homework, because if he's familiar with Wack 100, I would say that he would have known better than to be jokey with him on certain things. Right? And this is just all fairness because, let's be clear. I don't have no issue with brother Jabari. Me and Jabari have had differences in the past, even grievances, but I'm going to tell you right now, that's my brother. Let that be known right now. And I can say that whether or not he will reciprocate that. That's fine with me. You know, I'm in a space in my life where the way I feel about a person doesn't have to be reciprocated. It's just who I am and how I feel, right? So that's where I'm at in life. So Jabari is my brother, regardless of our grievances, regardless of our differences. I think we've had some highs. I think we had some lows, but overall, I personally feel like I've had great interactions with him, and I personally feel that he's one of those people in the community that iron sharpens iron, helps others to grow. But I'm also going to be genuine and be very critical of certain things that I'm seeing. And the first thing I'm going to be genuine in my critique is when you're in a room with a person like Wack 100, it's like a lion entering the room and you see some hyenas, right? I'm not saying who's the hyena. I'm not saying who's the lion, but I'm saying this. When you're in an environment and you see that there's lions in the environment, ain't no time to be he-heing like a hyena. I'm just going to let you know that right now. Because a lot of people from where I'm from and from where Wack's from pick up on that kind of energy and be like, oh, you soft. I'm just telling you, it's just the way it is. It's the way how many of us are grown. You know, when you don't know a person as a man, ain't no I don't feel comfortable he-ing with no man I ain't never broke bread with. That's just me. I don't he, I don't key, none of that. Especially if I just met you. So I think Brother Jabari, as genuine as he is, as scholarly as he is, I think the first error is he didn't read the room well and he didn't really understand who was in front of him. I don't think he understood that, yes, we know Wack 100 incites conversations for the sake of content. We all know that. That's a fact. But there's also multiple videos on YouTube showing you when it's time to throw them hands, he's willing to throw them hands. Now, I'm going to say this directly to Wack, and I don't care how he feel about this because I'm going to just be me too. Based on them videos, we don't know how well you throw your hands, but at least we know, Wack, you willing to throw them hands. I'm going to keep it funky. I'm in New York. I'm going to just keep it tall like that, right? So we know he not no chump. You know, we know he's going to throw hands. How well he throws it, you know, as a New Yorker, we respect one thing: violence. I'm gonna just let you know. Shout out to my brother La. Shout out to my brother La in the building. La is one of those people that actually knows me in real life. He's somebody I went to high school with. He's about a year older than me. He also knows my older brother Smiley. We've been knowing each other for well over 3 decades, over 30 years. And he's definitely one of those people that will tell you, as a New Yorker, the only thing we really respect is violence, period. So with that being said, man, you're going to see why I'm saying that Jabari doesn't read the room well, because you keying, you he-ing with somebody that will literally throw them hands with you right there in that room if you let them. I say if you let them. All right, but here we go.
That America creates wedding contracts, marriage contracts. That's the government. Those contracts were first made in Africa.
Listen,
we're the ones that
not African.
Wait, listen.
You're not African either.
Listen.
You're an African.
Listen. I think if I took American. Your DNA, it would say something different.
No, you're American.
And simply because you sit at the table with no plate, that does not make you a diner.
Where were you born?
And I know.
Where were you born?
And I was. Where was I born?
Where?
Wait, you asked me 2 questions at the same time?
Where were you born?
So just to be clear for everybody that didn't watch the video in its entirety, this is where the conversation made a left. Jabari is making a rebuttal towards what Wack is saying, and he's bringing up the idea that, you know, a lot of people, when they think of marriage, they think it's an American thing or a Western thing. I'm paraphrasing, but it's an African thing. And Wack looks at him and says, you ain't no African. Where you was born, I ain't no African. We ain't no African. You many of you know that the rhetoric, people who follow ADOS. And, you know, I want to be clear people that follow Foundational Black American FBA, I'm not against people who have those views. I just have a different opinion. I do believe that we are African, in that our origin story is on the continent of Africa. I do also believe and know that there's a pre-colonial presence of African people right here in the Americas. And notice I say Americas, both North and South. When you read books like Ivan Van Sertima's, They Came Before Columbus, it settles some of the things that you even hearing in this conversation. At one point in this conversation, they start talking about the weaponry that's found in pre-colonial America in the hands of Indians, and how these Indians are really the foundational blacks that we see in this country today. But, as Ivan Van Sertima pointed out in his book, They Came Before Columbus, the weaponry and even many of the flora and fauna that you find in this country, much of it had been taken from Africa as trade, through bartering and trade, and brought to the Americas. This is why knowledge is important. This is why reading is fundamental, because Ivan Van Sertima settled this in the 1980s in a book that my father had on his bookshelf. And the book is entitled They Came Before Columbus. So again, I'm not against FBA. I do think that brothers and sisters who don't have family in the Isles of the Caribbean and in other parts of the diaspora, I do think that there should be a coalition among African Americans here, or as the FBA would say, among Black foundational Americans here, that should spearhead and organize towards the growth of this particular people group here. I do understand that, because as a person who has Caribbean parents, both of my parents are Caribbean, both of my parents are born in the Caribbean. I'm a first generation. Me, my brother, and my sister are the first ones born here in America. And all my cousins, well, most of my cousins, right? But both our parents were born in the Caribbean, right? So in the Caribbean, there are certainly, absolutely Caribbean-based coalitions geared towards the advancement of Caribbeans due to the social conditions produced by slavery. So I totally agree with having FBA. The problem is in not understanding where we connect. That would be my divide. I would have that conversation with anybody. If need be, I would have that debate with anybody. But as a American born to Caribbean parents who came by way of West Africa, I have to tell you right now that I don't disagree with FBA and the need to form a coalition of foundational Black Americans here, because we have long ago seen that in the Caribbean already. I think it's a long time coming for those in the Americas, right? So I applaud that, and I'm absolutely for that. But again, for me, where the divide is thinking that we're not the same people. And I'd be willing to have that conversation or debate, if need be, with anybody and their mom. So this is where the temperature turns up. Wack disagrees with being an African, hence why he's the buddy of Captain Crunch. Wack disagrees with being an African, hence why his buddy is Captain Crunch. I think y'all call him Tazariak. So as a result of that, them two are friends. But Jabari, like myself, we disagree, and there's knowledge that we can verify and go by as to why we disagree. Here we go.
I was born in the United States.
Okay, now let me ask you something. If I told you tomorrow I got a first class ticket and we leaving going to Congo, you can't go. You know why you can't go?
Why can't I go?
Because for one, your visa ain't cleared, and two, it takes 10 days after you put that shot that gotta go in any American to go to Africa.
First of all, hold on, wait. I'm reclaiming my time. First of all, this is a brother that is a chief in Ghana. The yellow fever shot he's describing is lifetime.
Let them go back and forth.
I took it 10 years ago. So I do not have to wait 10 days.
You do.
Maybe you do.
You know why?
Maybe you do.
It expires every 10.
No, it does not.
Want to bet?
Listen, check the CDC.
Do you want to bet?
And tell this brother he's wrong.
Do you want me to pull it up?
Yes, pull it up.
Card.
Pull it up.
I'm gonna put a yellow card up.
I have my yellow card as well. What does that mean?
Wait, you said it don't expire in 10 years?
You have to go to the CDC,
every 10
brother.
years.
Wait. Every 10 years.
Every 10
but
years. My point is this.
Brother, wait.
An African ain't gotta take a shot.
Listen.
Their system and everything about them is totally different from ours.
First of all,
you're not an African.
First of all,
and they don't accept you as an African.
Of all, I think you think you're talking
if you get
loud.
off that plane
First of
and
all,
tell them I'm African,
first of all,
they gonna tell you
first
you're a
of all,
hello.
First of all, now you can't call me Jabari anymore. You have to call me Nana Kwame Brenya, which is my name.
That's just a gang name.
Second of all, every 10 years you have to get a new card. He's confusing getting a card with the need to get a shot.
No,
confusion.
No,
Third of all, wait a minute.
This is a fact.
Wait a minute. Brother, I took 4,000 people to Africa. You don't know about this as well as I.
Listen to me.
So wait. Wait. Africans get yellow fever too. Yes, I'm an African.
No, you're American.
If a kitten is born in the oven, does that make it a biscuit?
You're American.
I'm an African.
One thing you could count on with Brother Jabari is he came with a bag full of jokes. But just again, I gotta say this to Brother Jabari. Understand that Wack 100 is coming with a bag full of hands. Pause. You know, all that keying and joking stuff go but so far and so long with certain people. Not everybody's willing to joke like that. And I could automatically tell you, and this is what I mean by reading body language. Do y'all see the way Brother Jabari's body is postured towards Wack 100? And do you notice Wack 100's posture? Let's be clear. Most of us that's from the hood, we already know what's happening here. There's a communication right now happening with body language where two people are sizing each other up. I could tell you that much. And I could tell you this. From the point of view of Wack 100, you, Jabari, ain't gonna size me up. Wack 100 has zero respect for Jabari, as he made clear throughout, the discussion when it got hot. He let it be known. I heard that they shook hands and feet when the cameras went off, and yeah, absolutely, right? But I mean, where it counted was he put it on record, was that camera. And when the camera was rolling, he let you know exactly how he felt about you because he wanted the people to know that. So I want to be clear on something. Wack 100 has zero respect for Jabari. On top of that, Jabari's playing a dangerous game. Jabari, as a person that has diatribed with him, dialogue, even debated with him, I could tell you from firsthand experience, Jabari throws rocks and hides hands very cleverly. Oh, did I say that? Oh, did I do that? Whole time, he's throwing little, pop shots that are very disrespectful. And people that come from places that I come from and Wack 100 come from, we're not used to that. As men, we're going to talk to each other with respect, or we're not going to talk. We could communicate another way. We're either going to talk to each other with respect, or we're not going to talk. We can now communicate another way. And that has always been my behavior in the conscious community. I'm always respectful until you start playing in my face. I'm willing to communicate beyond that, but I'm not willing to talk, if you understand what I'm saying. So clear as day, Wack 100 already feels insulted, right? Because he's looking at Jabari like he got Jabari sized up for the time Jabari walked in the room. So now that Jabari's like this, and I just want anybody to notice, look at where the pause. I didn't opportunely find this moment to pause it. I just paused it to give a commentary, and it happened to aim or land right where Jabari got his finger pointed right in homeboy's face. You can't do no crap like this in the hood. You will get washed up real quick. And Jabari's supposed to know that. So I could already tell you, as a person that is from the hood, right? that Wack already ain't feeling Jabari. He don't like Jabari's slick comments. He don't like the fact that Jabari seemingly intellectually lords himself over others in the room. He don't like that kind of stuff. And he don't play that kind of stuff. And he's going to respond the way he feels is necessary. Now, again, this is not to say that I agree with Wack 100. I don't agree with his position, but I do want to comment on what's about to happen here.
No, American. I'm an African American.
You're American first.
I'm an African
You're
American.
American of African descent.
That is your understanding. You're wrong.
Africans don't
I
fuck
have
with you.
accepted for many years.
We're going to settle for one moment. She has to say,
wait a minute.
She had an interjection.
That was an interruption, brother. That was an interruption.
We're letting her interject. We have to get
That was an interruption.
A real story. Okay, my very first time going to Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm all happy, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going back to Africa. I'm going back to the motherland. I'm an African American. So I get there, I go to Ghana. I get there, and they look at me and they say, because I didn't have my visa upon arrival, so I end up having to pay for that.
Right.
So they looked at me and they said, what is your family name? So my friend told me to lie and say that her father was my father, so they'd give me the visa upon arrival because I didn't have it when I got there. So I told them I couldn't even say the damn name right at first, right? So anyhow, so she told me to say the Ashite or something. Okay. So I go down there, and so they told me, I said, well, I'm African American. They said, you are not. You are not African American. There is no such thing as an African American. You are an American woman trying to find your roots. And I swear to God, and they.
All right, so let me comment on this, right? Let me comment on this. This is a woman that's introduced as Wack 100's wife. I have to say it like that because I don't know for myself. I don't know that that's a fact. But she's introduced as Wack 100's wife, and she's there weighing in on several issues. At one point, she's even debating Sister Nepal Shadar, the wife of Sarnetta, one of Sarnetta's wives. So anyway, at this point, this sister's logic here is that when she went to Africa, I think she references Ghana, she wasn't received. And that, she identified as being African American, and they told her no such thing exists. Well, let me tell you something real quick, good sister. Many teachers of consciousness right here in the Americas agree with that African you spoke to, that the idea of an African American does not exist. So I'm not sure that the African you're mentioning on the continent, that he's saying that was rude in and of itself, because I got videos where Farrakhan said it. I have videos where Malcolm X is dialoguing and talking about the complexities of race and ethnicities and how a person can't be more than one thing, right? Which is the notion of us being both of this country and of another country. No, we are of our place of origin, and that's that, right? So I gotta say to the sister that him correcting you is not necessarily a problem on the act or on the point of being an African American and how that's an oxymoron. I agree with that position. Many of my teachers also taught that that's an oxymoron as well. But I also want to take it a step further and also say this to her. She's essentially using the rhetoric and basis of saying that the Africans on the continent don't welcome or accept us as being them. Therefore, conclusion, we're not them. You ever lit like a M80 and you backed away real quick and it sounded like a jumping jack when you was finished? Well, that's what's happening right here with this sister. She thought she was saying a lot, but she really wasn't saying anything at all, because here's some common sense logic I would like to introduce really quick. Many of you and us, many of our people have family members on our mother's side or on our father's side that we've never met before, but we met them at the cookout. We met them at somebody's funeral, or we met them at a gathering, or maybe we met them through a Facebook Messenger, Instagram, social media, whatever have you. And they didn't accept you. Do that mean that that's not your bloodline family? I mean, her logic is poor. I'm not sure why nobody automatically responded to that the way it needed to be. But I mean, anyone that's given a mic and a spotlight is seen as intelligent until that intelligence is weighed and verified. And I got to tell you, after putting that on a scale, it don't really amount to much. You know, whether family members on my paternal side or maternal side accept me or not, that does not mean that that's not my bloodline family. I could say socially that that's not my family, right? But I can't say literally that that's not my family. So whether the Africans on the continent accept you or not makes you no less belonging to them, right? Because they don't accept you, right? Your DNA and your family tree is not canceled out because of somebody's emotions and opinions, is what I'm trying to say to you, sister.
Laughed at me so hard.
That was it right there. That was the point. Listen,
I want to be very clear. Hold on.
I promise it's your
You
time.
allowed an interruption.
Hold on.
They laughed at me so.
We're going to allow you to finish your time.
You allowed an interruption to cut my flow.
You want all this bullshit.
So let's be really clear.
I want to be very clear, right? If everybody watching this, this is going kind of like her, but she just said something I want everybody to reflect on. I want to reflect on this. Something happened, right? And the things that happened, you could take a Cuban person, put him next to me, he have dark skin. They're going to consider him black, right? You're going to say he black. Our skin don't determine where we at. That don't determine nationality. Absolutely. See, what happened to us in slavery, something happened, and this happened to us, and y'all don't understand what happened. Our nationality was lost. The closest thing they can find us to, they direct us to is from Africa. But Africa is not us because Africa sold us. Right. So everybody that's watching this got to understand this. We are not Africans. If you are in America, there's no way you can be Africans because you were sold by the Africans.
They didn't want your punk ass.
What is your rebuttal to native blacks versus African Americans?
What do you
There are
mean?
native blacks and there are African Americans.
I'm saying something.
We all native.
Listen, it's totally different. And I can go directly against that compared to natives. When they got here, when Christopher Columbus came here, he saw the natives, and the natives told him, yo, I got these weapons here. Where you get them from? Basically, I got them from niggas. Basically, I got them from black people. So basically, what I'm telling you is he got them from black people that was already here that was not African.
Okay, Jabari, we're gonna let you.
I want to be really clear.
Let you go ahead.
I want to be really clear. I want to be really clear that something terrible happened to African people in the United States. This is a reality. Something horrible happened. Something horrible happened.
Oh, you talking about slaves?
Right? I'm talking about slavery and things that happened after slavery.
Slavery never
happened. And I'd like you to stop for a second because you interrupted a lot. So let's be really clear that something horrible happened. There were some Africans that were involved, but I don't know why these Negroes.
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna hold you. This comment right here is hilarious. Wall Street Willie World Report says, you are not conscious if you are on a panel with 607 Unc. I swear to God on my mama. Hilarious, man. Here we go.
I'm gonna call them Negroes for a second.
You a Negro.
Are focused on the group of people who got the least benefit. Their societies were destroyed.
You're a Negro.
Their societies were destroyed. I don't see him rolled up in the Citibank saying, what about the money that you took in my enslavement? Because you're really comfortable. You're really comfortable. You're really comfortable arguing. You're really comfortable arguing. You're really comfortable arguing. You're really comfortable arguing with the people whose families were destroyed. And by the way, why do we never talk about the Africans who fought against enslavement? The reality is, you don't know the history.
The ancestors
you don't know the history.
They will be
there were Africans who fought, and there were others. There were Africans who fought, and there were Africans who were traded. That's the reality.
I'm Native
But
American.
I don't care. Now, let me be really clear about this. Let me be really clear about this. I don't care whether no one on the continent of Africa said I'm an African, because my identity has little to do with what someone else tells me I am.
Whether y'all agree with what Jabari said or not, whether you like him or not, I'm going to tell you right now, bars. My identity, our identity has nothing to do with a person's emotions and opinions. I could care less whether or not you can show me 30 Africans on the continent saying that you're not African. My identity has nothing to do with a people or person's acceptance of that. Truth is truth. I got to tell you, when I do reaction videos and people see certain faces, because of prior interactions, you may expect that I'm here to dog that person. I hope I continually make anybody that feels that way, I hope I continually make you look stupid. I'm almost 50 years old. I'll be 47 in November. I'm not here to agree with somebody because we cool. I'm not here to disagree with somebody because we've had prior differences. I don't have a dog in the race. I'm just here for truth. So when Wack says things I agree with, I'm going to side with him and agree with. When Wack says things that I disagree with, I'm not siding with him and I'm letting it known that he's wrong. Likewise, when Jabari says things that I agree with, I'm going to side with it and I'm going to, stand 10 toes and say, yeah, that was real. So I hope everybody understands the formula and the platform. This is Zion Lexx TV podcast. Everybody gets a fair shake. Here we go.
I'm going to tell you, Kwame Brenya, you can't say Jabari anymore. That name has been taken from you. You don't have the honor of using it. So let's be really clear. He says they.
And I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna lie. And when somebody says something that's funny, regardless of how rude it is, I'm gonna laugh. It's a reaction video. I'm not here to be a certain persona. I'm here for giggles and shits. I'm in part here for giggles and shits too. I mean, I'm gonna just let that be known. All right, I'm gonna just let that be known. So, Jabari now says to Wack 100, you can't call me Jabari. You don't have the honor. You got to call me and Kwame. And Wack said, nigga, I'm going to just call you nigga. You can't make this up. You literally cannot make this up. Here we go.
They don't accept you. They don't. What does that mean? They don't. The reality is that there must be a healing. There must be a healing that occurs between continental Africans and diasporan Africans. Are there problems? Yes.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
But I'm gonna also tell you, I'm gonna tell you something else. I'm gonna tell you something else. You just go ahead, wait. You just go ahead and allow Lexx to have this place that has none of the resources necessary to run modern society. All of the resources are on the continent. And what we are saying is, how many of you are continuing? That's not even true. Stop.
Wack, would you like 2 minutes of rebuttal?
Bro, what I'm saying is, you want to be accepted.
By the way, I just gotta say this. How old is 607 Unc? And somebody explained to me in the comment section how he got the name 607 Unc. Homeboy looked like a 63-year-old boy. Somebody tell me how old is he? Somebody tell me how he got the name 607 Unc. All I know is he looked like a mid-60-year-old boy. He looked young and old at the same damn time.
Into something that you can't be. There's no.
You the one that's the American.
I'm American.
You the one that's the American. They accepted you.
I do.
They accepted
America,
you.
Yeah.
Good.
You in Florida, right?
No.
Where you at?
Cali.
You in Cali.
America accepted me.
America accepted you?
That's a fact.
Really?
That's a fact.
What year were you born?
1977.
And where?
Granada Hills, California.
Where?
Nigga, you heard what I
What
said?
is Granada?
So Wack 100 is about 2 years older than me. So I would make him about my older brother's age. He said he's born in 1977. That's the same year my older brother was born. So that means Wack 100 and Jabari are around the same age. If I'm not mistaken, Jabari's born 1975, about 2 years ahead of Wack 100. So they basically the same age range. 2 years ain't no stretch. Me and my brother came up like brother and brother, not like older brother, younger brother. You too close for that big brother talk. Even though I always carried respect for him as a big brother, I always let it be known, you too old for all that, you my big bro crap. I don't do that. So they pretty much of the same age range. I think the oldest person in the room is 607 Unc. Dude look like an 80-year-old boy.
California.
Nigga, that's where I was born.
What's the largest city near it?
Los Angeles.
Hold on, let me ask
Okay.
The city of Los Angeles.
So let's be clear. Let's be clear. That same area was actually not allowing you to go to school.
Bullshit.
You had trouble
I was a
voting.
straight A student in school.
You are
My
not.
parents voted day one.
You are willing to accept America, but nothing but whip your black.
Then why you don't get your punk ass
That's
out of
his
here?
problem.
Jabari,
What you here for?
There are these things called
Ain't no
games
church.
now.
You're
You can go back and forth.
You
Jabari
in
and
your
Wack,
church?
we
Do
are
you ask for
acknowledging the
offering?
red flag that
Go
said
ahead.
Wack.
Do you
Go
ask for
ahead.
offering?
Go
Hold
ahead,
on, Wack.
go
We
ahead,
have a
go
question from our red flag contestant.
Go
I'll
ahead.
go Wack with us saying we indigenous to America, right? I'm gonna just say my bloodline. Wait, do you
Give me
have
a time.
Wait,
Stop.
wait.
Yeah,
You have
we're gonna give you
African
a time.
ancestry?
Give me your time. Yeah, your full time. Oh, give me your
Hold
full
on,
time.
please.
Stop it.
Excuse
Give
me,
me
Jabari.
full time.
It's
Am
not
I in the
necessary.
way? Sorry.
No, give me
Please sit back.
All right, ready?
Do you got any family that got African ancestry? Like your
Yes.
grandmothers,
Yes, my whole line has African ancestry. What do you mean?
your grandmother, like your great grandmothers?
Well, if I have African ancestry, my great grandmother's have.
Is your
African
grandmother from Africa?
ancestry. Was she
Do
born
anybody,
there?
No. Do anybody in your family is from any tribes or from the land they call Africa right now? Then
We
when
are,
you go to the land of Africa,
we
they don't
are
even call it
part.
Africa.
We are part of several peoples, not one or two. The way DNA works.
My mom's
once
side
you
and
get
my dad's
back-
side got no African in them.
Okay, I'd like to see a DNA test.
Louisiana, Alabama, South
I'd
Carolina.
like to see a DNA
Geechee,
test.
Cherokee, Washita.
The Geechee?
Yeah.
The Geechee are the most African people in
That's
the
a
United
mixed-
States.
That's a mixed tribe.
The Geechee are the most they still speak African
they're still
languages.
in
The
Louisiana.
Geechee are the most African people in the United States.
You ignoring Blackfoot.
I'm not saying that you don't have Native American ancestry.
So all our
But it sounds like you're denying your African
There was a
ancestry.
man named Henry Louis Gates. He said all our grandmothers was liars. They said our grandmothers said we got Indian in our family. I guarantee you, most people in this room, grandmothers said that they got Indian in
That's
their
true.
blood.
Correct.
Yeah.
So are they lying?
But you know what happened? No. Your parents give you the best of what they have. And they did not know because the European tried and succeeded to a large part, removing our connections to the continent of Africa. The reality is everybody's grandparent or someone in that generation said you have
So what is called
Jamaican blood. And then when you do DNA, what do you see? European. That's the reality. Only 5% of African Americans actually have Native American DNA. Well, brother, you don't have to use Ancestry. There are other companies.
Why would we trust somebody that paper genocide our bloodline and give them our DNA to figure out and give us test results and tell us where we from? I don't care if it's
Ancestry doesn't sell your DNA, by the way.
I'm just saying the same. Didn't they just have a lawsuit or
You're
something?
talking about 23andMe.
23.
I just gotta say this real quick, y'all. Black people is interesting because homeboy over here saying he don't trust Ancestry, but let a woman drag him to court saying the baby's his and he don't believe the baby's his, and let's see how fast he run to that DNA test. Guys, I'm just saying if you're gonna say do something, you're gonna have to be that thing all day. You can't play sides. Let a sister drag him into court saying that's his baby and he doubts it, and see how fast he says, let me get that DNA test. You know, a lot of what I'm hearing now is nonsensical, so I could understand some of the frustration that Jabari may have been having, but I could also tell you this: I read body language very well. I read room temperature very well. Wack 100 is slowly but surely starting to really dislike Jabari's energy. Jabari has a tendency as a college professor to speak to people as if they're in his class. And it comes with having a profession in general, right? A husband that's a mechanic, he don't leave the job at the job, right? So the wife is telling him about her friend's car that's having a problem, and the husband's like, oh, this is that. And she's like, oh, okay, thank you. And then another friend is having an issue. Husband said, oh, this is this and this is that. Until a certain point now, every conversation that they have about a car, he speaks like he's the authority because that's what he does. I'm saying that to say people can't help but do that. A lot of men who are married to women that are lawyers, a lot of women that are married to men that are lawyers have an issue with their spouse coming home and continuing to behave like a lawyer right in the house. So I'm saying that that kind of energy does come with professions. The problem is you have to be empathetic enough, intelligent enough to separate what you do for a living at a certain junction and point with what you bring in a house or how you bring it in certain environments, because just because you're a college professor and you're used to and accustomed to speaking to people a certain way doesn't mean that carrying that same level of speech as if people are students in your class is going to work in the streets. And that's one of the issues that I know for a fact Wack 100 was having with Brother Jabari, and that was his frustration, because it's even mentioned in this conversation that Jabari lords himself over them. I'm paraphrasing. He's speaking like he's intellectually above them, and that's because Jabari is a teacher by profession, so he's used to speaking a certain way to people. Only problem is you got to learn to pipe down, right? Communication is a social skill, and not everybody has the ability to oscillate between those extremes. How I speak at my profession versus how I speak at home versus how I speak with the homies versus how I speak in this environment. Not everybody knows how to make that difference. And I can tell you that Jabari is frustrated with I'm going to just say it, the sheer ignorance in the room. And Wack 100 is frustrated with, don't talk to me like that.
You're talking about 23 and me.
Either way, any of these genetic companies, we don't know who own them.
So, brother,
you watch They Clone Tyrone, at the end of the movie, it's a black scientist. You don't know what's going on.
Go to a black scientist that was dealing with his self-hate. He was dealing with self-hate. Can you agree with that? Okay. So you want to, I'm from several places in Africa. The reality is, when those Africans were brought to the United States, they intermarried. You can't just be from one place.
Okay, my following.
I ain't gonna lie, Jabari. Wack 100 says, so where you from? Where in Africa you from? Jabari said, I'm from several places in Africa. And Wack 100 said, oh, so you's a whole mutt. When it's funny, I'm gonna laugh. I'm here for giggles, kicks, and shit. Let's go.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Let me say something. You can't be from one place. I was only why, because Africa was separated by the West. They sort of separated Africa based on trade. Africa is one place, but they separated. So what I'm saying is, well, he said made a valid point. They didn't even call Africa. They named it Africa. See, I don't think people understand this. And listen, this is the problem. This is the problem I think with a lot of people here. We want to find a home, gang. We don't listen. Even the German Shepherd, the dog, got a home, right? And we know where the dog from. Listen, one thing we don't know where we from, and we'll never know where we from. Fuck where we from. It's time to go within, right? Because listen, I'm gonna say this, and I'm not saying this because you here, but I'm saying this. You got Malcolm X, you got everybody that have stood up before and said, oh man, we from Africa and try to get Afro power, then we Afro-Americans, and then we not African no more, then we black, and then we Afro, we've been so many, then we colored. We've been so many fucking different fucking names, right? I'm sick of that shit. The only thing you gotta do is look within, the power within. They call me what you want to call me. Black, African, listen, I'm confused, gang. Listen, I love what he say. He's trying to give us something that we don't got. He's trying to say we belong here. Nigga, I don't know where the fuck I belong.
No, he said we belong over
I'm
here.
telling you, I don't know.
But the word over here.
I belong. I can't tell you.
But we're trying to discover where we come from.
We can't
in the sense of
discover it.
origins.
There's no way to discover it. You can't discover it to our blood.
You can't make this up. Yo, 607 Unc is wilding out right now. Like he's having a whole tantrum. And I told y'all, Jabari don't know how to separate the classroom. Jabari's looking at him like 607 Unc is one comment away from Jabari asking the teacher to bring in some Ritalin. Yo, calm down. Like, yo, you could be emotionally expressive. I get that. You know, we're flavorful people. You could be all that, but calm down. Like do you need Ritalin?
Because our blood been tainted with so many different bloodlines. Nigga, we got pig, dog, and everything mixed with us.
That's the unfortunate part.
Everything.
However, there are still those
we created
in
some
Latin
shit.
America.
Listen, we created the white man from dogs and all this shit, and then we fucked them, and then it mixed. Nigga, we fucked us.
We have Latin America. Hold on, one moment.
What did he say? He did 607 Unc said we created white people from dogs and snakes and then we did the F word to them. 607 Unc, I'm gonna need you to say I, because ain't none of us speak we with you. Nobody speak French right now. Stop saying we. None of us is on the same page with you, Grandpa. You need to be called 607 Grandboy, because you look like an old man and a boy at the same damn time.
We have individuals in Latin America and South America that have African descent.
Well,
how did they get it if it wasn't for the slave trade?
Tell me what white land is. There's no white land. There's no black land.
Let me say this, because it's Mansa Musa was visiting America.
Correct.
Early before
That's not true,
Columbus,
actually.
right?
You're talking about Abubakar II.
Right.
Okay, I got Miss Bob.
It's his brother or
Brothers was here.
I don't know why this nigga live in America.
Wait. Brothers that was in Africa was coming to America before any Europeans, Caucasians, anything like that, right?
I think that's true.
So who was here in America before Aztecs? It was Olmecs. Who killed the Olmecs?
Ask that nigga why he live in America.
They didn't
Why you
kill
live in America?
them. Well, you know, there are these things they call planes now. I'll introduce you to them.
He got
I can actually.
Now you see, this is what I'm talking about. Jabari says things that are very disrespectful in a very nonchalant, passive-aggressive way. See, there are. Let me explain this to you. There are things called airplanes. Jabari, with all due respect, you know, I've been giving you credit and respect where necessary, but Jabari, with all due respect, you're gonna have to learn the easy way or the hard way, and hopefully you don't want to learn the hard way. Wack 100 wanted you to learn the hard way. Most of us want you to learn the easy way, that you're gonna have to read the temperature in the room correctly, because when you talk to people a certain way, right, you're gonna have to be ready for the energy that comes with that. I'm not saying how you should talk to people, Brother Jabari. I don't want you to confuse me. Talk to people, Brother Jabari, however you see fit. All I'm saying is be very prepared to deal with the energy that comes from that. Because towards the end of this video, you were not willing to deal with the energy that came from that. In fact, you was crawled up in a corner, if I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. All right? And Wack 100 made you apologize. Let's be real. So I want to be clear on something. Speak however you want, but be ready to deal with what comes with that. If not, you're going to have to watch your mouth. Respectfully.
Be a global individual. Ask me a question. I can be a global individual. I actually am not giving up my citizenship in the United States, but I will have dual citizenship.
But you don't have it
as well.
Do you have it? You got citizenship?
My paperwork will be finished very soon.
How old are you?
I just submitted the paperwork.
How old are you?
I'm 54.
You 54 and ain't got citizenship on the place you say you from.
What does that mean?
Get the fuck out.
You're talking about municipalities.
You American, nigga. You listen.
Brother,
you cannot be an African citizen. You American. Are you not American?
Being American does not have to be the only thing you are.
If I don't get on,
so it doesn't have to be the only thing you are. I'm American too, but I'm not just American.
I'm American.
Well, then that's fine for you.
I'm black American.
Did I tell you you have to move to Ghana?
Black American.
So why is
Real quick, everybody. Real quick. All right, real quick, everybody. I got Brother Sonnet on the phone. He just called in, and I want him to be able to voice his concerns, his opinion. Sonnet, jump in, good brother.
All right, peace, brother Zion. I'm glad you're covering the story. It's good. I'm laughing at you. You funny as hell. That shit. But Wack 100 never made Jabari apologize. It was me and 607 Unc, because Wack wouldn't let it go. And so I kept saying, Jabari, just apologize. And Jabari's looking at me like, no, man. And I said, please, brother, because he's going to keep just saying, you gay, you a B, you all this. And so Wack, so 607 said, yo, just apologize, Jabari. And that's when Jabari apologized.
Do you have any footage independent as well?
Before Jabari said what he said, a lot of people missed what Wack said. Wack was talking about Jabari's wife getting effed by other men.
Oh wow,
so he violated Jabari. When you listen to it, when Jabari made that statement, listen to it earlier, and then Jabari made the statement about your little penis, because Wack was being disrespectful to Jabari's wife.
Right. No. Let me say this. I did watch the whole video, Saw. So I did hear what Wack said. Wack, I'm gonna say this for the record. Wack initiated the extreme insults. I'm gonna just say that for the record. He absolutely did. I was gonna get to that at a certain point. He certainly did. But that was the only thing I was gonna say though, son. That as men, and you from Harlem, where a lot of people feel like pause culture have its origin, right? Pause. As a man, there's certain things we never say to each other. Like I never in my life argued with another man and was like, yo, your meat's small. Right. So Jabari gotta take a L on that. We're gonna give him an L on that. But Wack talking about his wife and being disrespectful, that's wrong. That's wrong as hell. That's wrong as hell. I'm fair. I was gonna get to it, sir. I was gonna get to it. I'm fair. I'm being fair. I was gonna get to it.
I know. I'm just sitting back laughing at you.
Hey, I'm gonna put the link to the live stream if Jabari want to join, or you want to join, or if you have anybody else that want to join us live.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right.
It was fun. I loved it. It was fun right there, though.
All right, man.
Brother, I'm gonna continue watching, man.
All right, take care.
All right, peace, brother.
All right, peace. All right, y'all heard it. Sonnet is watching live. I could assume that Jabari's probably somewhere also watching it live. I do believe he's a professor. He may or may not be off. I'm sure Sonnet told him we're live. So, shout out to Brother Sonetta. So yeah, like I said, if Sonetta could call in and acknowledge, hey, Zion, Jabari didn't say this, but I do respect you are being fair. And if Sonetta could tell y'all I'm being fair, I'm clearly being fair. So again, this ain't no hate. I don't have no issue with good brother Jabari. That's my brother. Even if he was unable to reciprocate that, as I said earlier, that's still my brother. But at the same token, I'm gonna let y'all know right now. Oh, for those of you who want to join, you just got to be prepared to go on camera. You got to cam up. So I'm putting a link to the live stream. If anybody wants to join, you can. Just make sure you're on camera. Moderators, if you can, could you periodically share the live link to the live stream? So if anybody's feeling froggy, want to jump in, they can. Just remember, if you join the live stream, you have to be on cam. You got to cam up. We got to be able to see your face. You can't hide behind a profile image. All right, here we go.
It's my connection to the continent.
One moment, we're acknowledging the red flag.
Huh?
We're not
I said, did I tell you have to
We're
move
going to
to
ask both
Chicago?
gentlemen, Wack and Jabari, to wait 1 moment.
I didn't say that.
I
did not say that.
We're African.
I did not say we're not American.
You said we're African. I'm not a fucking African.
So we have a question.
I'm telling you.
I did not say I'm not American.
Well, that's where I'm gonna disagree with you, Wall Street. I'm gonna disagree with you on that. You said I want to know what is the purpose of consciousness going on that show. Well, I believe I can answer that, right? I know Sonata would have his answer. I know Jabari would have his answer, but I also know I have an answer. Part of the purpose of consciousness going on shows like this is exposing all parts of our people to information, knowledge, and enlightenment. In spaces like this, consciousness and conscious conversations almost never are evoked and brought up. This affords an opportunity in our community for brothers who normally only talk about when we getting that money, who we going, who got popped at, who got shot at the ops, and all the stupidness that people talking about. When do we have an opportunity to marry consciousness with the streets? So I'm gonna tell you right now, whether you like him or not, whether you like it or not, Sonetta is the leader of that. Make no mistake about that. And if I know Sonetta well, he gonna rewind that clip. Like it or not, like him or not, Sonetta is the leader of that. I just gave you a free ad-lib, Saw. Shout out to you. So yeah, consciousness has to go on the road, right? It can't just be Black News 102. It can't just be at this region. It got to go on the road. And, I can't even say as quiet as it's kept, because you got to be under a rock to not notice that Sonata has been taking it to the road for quite some time now. He's been taking it to the street for quite some time now. So we need this. This is needed. A lot of us that are known in the community would not be as known had not Sonetta brought consciousness in various spaces. So I just got to say, guys, that I respect everybody's opinion when your opinion is grounded in things that make sense and knowledge. But I'm also not going to agree with all points of view if I think that certain things are being said wrong or someone's not seeing everything. Big picture ideology tells me if we are to grow as a people, we got a bomb rush, right? Growing up in Flatbush, Brooklyn, when you just roll up in a spot, African Americans be like, oh, we're going to bum rush this. Caribbeans say we're going to bomb rush this. So I'm going to say you got to bomb rush the streets. Consciousness got to bum rush the streets, right? And some of y'all like, damn, you Unc too. We don't even talk like that no more, Unc. I guess not. So whatever y'all call it today, that's what we got to do. We got to take consciousness straight to the streets. All right. So I agree with Sonetta being on this platform. I agree with Jabari being on this platform. All I'm saying is, when on platforms like this, you got to be able to meet certain demands and standards, because I don't fear no man. Let that be known. So I say that to say, Wack 100 is always in some type of drama on the internet. We seen him throw his hands a couple times on the internet. We ain't never seen him wash nobody up to where we say, damn, don't play with Wack because he gonna wash you up. Well, we ain't never seen that. And as a New Yorker, we know he always talks slick. He always got something slick to say about New York. We know that. So I'm not here to fan and scrape him either. But I will say that at the end of the day, he come from the shits. So when you move a certain way with him and talk a certain way with him, he's willing to go a certain direction with you. How nice he is with what he does, with the violence he say he bring, that's debatable, homie. I ain't never seen an encounter on the internet, and that's the only place we've seen it, on the internet with Wack 100, where he showed me I better be quiet in front of him. I ain't seen that, and I know for a fact I ain't gonna never see that. Right? But I also saying that if a person like Wack 100 stands over you and starts demanding apologies, and I've apologized to people. There's nothing that makes me lesser of a man to say I was wrong for making this statement, right? Captain Crunch recently put out a video where someone called in and was like, yo, when you gonna deal with Zion Lexx in the 12 tribes chart? And rather than respond to the comment and say, hey, what Zion said is whack, you know, we gonna come for him. We got a presentation ready. We're gonna go at him. Or nah, we're not even gonna go at him because his presentation wasn't solid at all. He don't do that. Instead, he go, who, Lil P? Somebody said, what's Lil P? Lil Polite? Oh, we're not responding to him. Oh, you mean Zion that I made apologize? Let me say something to you, Captain Crunch. You will never in your life make me apologize. I slap the shit out of you for saying something stupid like that. But you made me apologize. You ain't make me apologize for nothing. Let's be clear on that. I was on ISUPK YouTube live stream in person. Captain invited me to come have a sit down with them, right? To talk about the differences that we've had in the past, as well as my newfound views on the Messiah, on how I have updated my views. So I went there. And of course, you know, they say hindsight is 20/20. He sneakily slips in, you know, Zion, you know, there was this one thing you said about me that I didn't say and it was wrong. You know, you're going to be man, you're going to be a man, you're going to be a brother and apologize. And I said, what I said, you got to tell me. He said, oh, you don't remember? I said, no, tell me. And he told me. And I waited and I realized I was wrong. So I apologized. Captain, you ain't never stood over me talking about you better apologize. You ain't never in your life said to me, you need to apologize. You better apologize. I slapped the shit out of you before something like that happened. Let's be clear on that. And this is what I'm saying to Jabari now. I'm not saying that Jabari as a professor has to meet people where they are. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is, Jabari, when you make slick comments towards people, and when you start, you know, throwing pop shots at people, you're going to have to be prepared for the energy that comes for that. And yes, Wack 100 talked about your wife and said some very nasty things, right? And that was very rude and disrespectful of Wack 100 to do. But the moment that you decided in your mind to meet him where he's at in his ignorance, you now have become part of the clown show. I'm going to keep it real with you. You have now become part of the clown show because at the end of the day, Jabari, you're a man. So you can do whatever you want to do. But you also say you're a Kemetic priest. You don't have to meet everybody where they're at. When somebody shows you ignorance, you don't have to meet them where they're at. You can make a decision to go, nah. But you made the decision, Jabari, to meet him where he's at. And your comment, most men feel, is rather strange when you said that he has a small meat or his meat is small. And I'm being, you know, I'm toning it down for YouTube, but we all know the comment you made. You said Wack 100 got a small meat. And I just got to say, as men, we don't talk like that. But I also got to say this, Brother Jabari. If you're going to meet him in his ignorance and you're going to say something as weird as it is and crazy like that, then yeah, you got to be ready for the energy like that. And when Wack stands over you now and demands an apology, nah. You see, an apology to me, when it's genuine, is freely given. You know, I apologize. I didn't mean that, you know, my apologies. Not somebody talking about, yo, you better apologize. You know, call me ignorant all you want. But if you stand over me talking about I better apologize, I'm double downing on the ignorance I just gave you that made you feel like I need to apologize. That you better know about me.
I'm not an African.
Okay, fine. That's for you.
Jabari,
you can have whatever opinion you want, no matter how uninformed it is. No matter how uninformed it is.
What do you mean uninformed?
It's uninformed.
You sit up there in your church and you beg for
I don't go to a church. I don't go to a church.
You beg for
I'm not part of a
offering,
church.
right?
I'm not part of a church.
Do you take offering?
I'm not part of a church.
When it comes from
Correct
Americans,
what you're saying, and
do you
then I'll
take
answer.
offering?
That's the question.
What is that
I
question?
don't take offering, nigga. I
What
don't
does
take
that
offering
mean?
from nobody. Right? I do business. Do you take offering?
I do, but I have many businesses.
Do you take offering?
I have many businesses.
Do you take offering?
Let's be really.
So yeah, at this point, Wack 100 is behaving emotional because his feelings is hurt. He doesn't like being spoken to by who he considers as a softie. Wack 100 is looking like Jabari like a softie. And let me say this, I'm gonna give Jabari some credit where it's due. Jabari, regardless of whether or not I think he's willing to go all the way like that, throw hands, whether or not I think that, whether or not you think that, we got to give him some credit that when Wack 100 was raising his voice and getting erratic and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, Brother Jabari's pulled out his sparkling water and was like, yeah, that's how you feel? Okay. This water's fresh from Kemet. Yo, whether you like Jabari or not, whether you think he's soft or not, in one way or another, Jabari always finds a very clever way to remind you he from the hood too, right? I'm a very intelligent person. I don't care who don't like me for saying it because you think me saying that means I'm full of myself. I'm going to double down and say I'm a very intelligent person. So much so that I know that when Jabari apologized, he dissed Wack 100 even worse in the apology. And Wack 100 ain't as intelligent to even realize that. Jabari said, well, if you let me, Wack 100, you're going to see in a couple of minutes. You better apologize. You better apologize. Jabari, well, you going to let me talk? Are you going to let me talk? All right. And then finally, Jabari spoke. And Jabari was like, this is how Jabari's apology begins. He does apologize. He does say, I apologize. I'm sorry. He does say that. But here's how it begins. Well, clearly, you were more offended at the comment than I was offended by your comment. In case y'all not understanding what I'm saying, Jabari threw another shot when he said that and doubled down. Because there's a saying, only a hit dog hollers. There's a saying, the person that's crying is the person who felt it. There's a saying, the truth hurts. So when Jabari said to him in a very masterful, and I'm going to give you that, Jabari, very masterful and clever way, his apology began with a double down on the disrespect, because he said, clearly, you were more offended by what I said than I was offended by what you said. In other words, Jabari's letting him know, I wasn't offended by what you said to me because it's not the truth. But clearly, when I mentioned you have a small meat, you found it really offensive. Boy, this comedic water is starting to get really good.
Gentlemen, we have a question for the red flag. We have a red flag acknowledging.
I run two.
A non-profit ain't no non-profit.
Hold on.
And I'm going to say to you, I have many businesses.
You get paid from the non-profit. You fucking with educated street. You a motherfucking lie. Are you down as a position in that non-profit?
Of course.
And you get a salary.
I take no salary. I take no salary.
We have a red flag to acknowledge.
This is public.
See, I'm probably the first
Go do some research. Do some research. Y'all Negroes are a dime a dozen. I met all of y'all. You a dime a dozen.
One moment.
You a dime a dozen.
One moment.
Please.
One moment.
You ain't met me.
We have a red flag to acknowledge.
Your politics ain't as strong.
Right.
We have a
Your
red
money
flag
ain't
to
as
acknowledge.
long.
Talk to the loud Negro.
We're going to ask him a question.
Real quick, I don't know that Wack 100 is an alpha, but I know for damn sure that I know what an alpha is. When you have an alpha in the room and we arguing, alphas don't like all this back and forth stuff. Like, you got to shut up when I'm talking a certain way. When I'm raising my energy and I'm posturing, that's your cue to tuck your tail or be ready to come with them hands. So what Wack is not understanding, and I know this because I know the hood, he's not understanding why Jabari ain't tucking his tail. But I'm understanding it. Listen, I never went on record to say, oh, Jabari can't fight or won't fight or he's a sucker. I never said any of those things about Jabari, and I don't think I ever will until I see a reason to. I don't know what Jabari could do with his hands. None of us know what he can do with his hands. But I know this. No matter how violent Wack 100's body language got, Jabari was reserved and calm. But I will say this, and you'll see it later. At a certain point, right before he delivers the apology, Wack 100 starts to double and triple down on, I'm ready to beat you right here, right now. At that point, you did see a crack in Jabari's chink. I'm gonna keep that all the way real. You did see a little crack, right? But up until that point, no matter what Wack 100 said, Jabari didn't move, he didn't flex, he was calm until he realized this fool might really crack me upside my head on live TV, and I'm not about to mess up my comedic Unc cane. So he let it ride. All right, here we go.
Over there. Listen, in this situation, I'm sorry to say, I'm pro-Trump, but the white boy got away.
You just say you pro-Trump too?
Yeah, I'm pro-Trump like a
You
motherfucker.
could just leave. You should just leave.
What the fuck you mean? Trump is just man. I'm pro-Trump.
Okay, fine.
I love Trump.
Nigga, I
We'll
love
talk
Trump.
about you.
It
Talk
wasn't
about
a
yourself.
Trump.
Until we became
But you like Joe Biden, weak ass?
Listen, I'm a New Yorker.
That mean Trump's
I've
from New York.
known Trump for a long
You
time.
don't know Trump.
And
You don't
actually,
know
I
Trump.
actually have met him on many occasions.
That was the red flag.
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you.
That's another
He's a racist.
Do you accept
He
offering?
doesn't. He just tried to take away your
Do you accept
citizenship.
offering?
He just tried to take
Do
your
you accept
citizenship.
offering?
That's another red flag.
He ain't never tried to take my citizenship.
Really?
I'm from here. Do you accept
I think you're
offering?
confused. Did you see what happened in the
Do you
Supreme
accept
Court?
offering?
Did you see what happened in the
Running,
Supreme
nigga.
Court
Do you
today?
accept
Did
offering?
you see what
That's a
happened
no.
at the Supreme
Come back
Court
to the question.
today?
Gentlemen,
Did you see what happened at the Supreme Court? Did you see what happened at the Supreme Court today?
Wait.
Answer the question.
What you mean?
Did you see what happened at the Supreme
He
Court
ain't never
today?
tried to take my
Did you
money.
see what
I'm
happened
born here.
at the Supreme
I'm
Court
American.
today?
I'm
We're going to
American.
cut
He tried
Trilling
to
in
take
one
away
moment.
birthright
It's not.
citizenship.
We're going to
What
cut
you
Trilling
mean?
in
Nigga,
one
that ain't
moment.
what
It's
that
not.
is.
He tried to
You
take away
dumbass
birthright
nigga.
We gotta
citizenship.
wait.
Watch out. You're talking to the camera. Birthright citizenship. This is what he's saying.
Sure.
I'm gonna say this so unapologetically. I might even say this so disrespectfully. Wack 100 is what happens when you give a nigga some money. Because this fool, that's what you are, just said, I'm an American. You know, there's certain things a black man can say in my presence that lets me know that he is completely colonized in his thinking. Like I said, I'm not here to bash Jabari. I'm also not here to bash Wack 100. I'm not here to uplift Jabari. I'm also not here to uplift Wack 100. I'm just going to tell it like how I see it wherever it goes throughout this conversation. And right here, I'm going to say and double down on it. Wack 100 is what you have when a nigga gets some money. When master gives you some crumbs from your table and you start feeling like we sick, the hell you talking about? I'm an American, Wack. You know, I said something on social media a couple of weeks ago because of some things that Wack did and said that reminds me of the need to double down on it right now. Every now and again, Wack 100 reminds me of why he's known as Wack 100, why he puts Wack in 100.
If somebody from Mexico crossed the border illegally, have a baby on U.S. soil, at one point in time they were saying because the baby was born on U.S. soil, he had birthright citizenship. That ain't got nothing to do with a motherfucking Native American that was born here.
The document?
Fuck is you talking about?
Did you read his filing?
It's niggas like you.
Did you
who
read
try to
his
turn on
filing?
people
Did
away
you
from
read the
shit
filing?
That's empowering
Did
us.
you read that? That's a yes or no question. Can you say yes or no?
When I'm telling
Did you read the filing?
do you take offering?
Did you read the
Answer
filing?
that.
Did you read
Why
the
you not
filing?
answering?
Did you read the
Do you take
filing?
offering?
Do you read the
Are you a
filing?
beggar?
Jabari, can you answer the question? Do you take offering or not?
I want to be really clear. I've answered it several times.
Go ahead, please. Go
I
ahead.
have several nonprofits. One of them is spiritual. I take no
Spiritual?
salary
Nigga,
from
what the
any
fuck is a
of them.
spiritual?
I take no
That's a
salary.
manipulation
I have
of our
businesses,
people.
I agree.
and I'm a college professor.
That's a
That's
manipulation
what
of
I
our
do.
Do you
people.
have a following question for Wack?
So that is, yes, my question is,
Wacky answered your question.
did he read the Supreme Court filings put forth by the Trump administration?
My question to you
because
is,
I just
has he
do you
revoked our
notice that he
citizenship?
can't
Hold on, Wack.
answer
He's
a
asking your
question?
question.
Did
Wack.
you notice he can't answer the
I have to
question?
read it.
Because the reality is he's speaking
There's no
about something
changes.
he does not know.
Was it a change?
You are the
Was
most
it a change?
loud person,
Was it a change?
and you don't know anything.
Was it a change?
The
Yes or
Supreme
no?
Court overruled him.
So shut your dumb ass up.
The Supreme Court overruled him.
Jabari is Jabari is right now in this moment what happens when intelligence meets nerve. Jabari's intelligent enough to deliver it, and he got the nerve enough to say it to your face. So I respect Brother Jabari and his stance on several positions here. I also respect the way he delivered and carried himself in several instances here. There's some points here where I don't agree with things he said and how he carried himself, but I do enjoy that, you know, he was able to meet Wack 100. But again, as you guys are going to see, when the temperature turns up, Jabari kind of boils or simmers down, you know, and maybe it's because he holds tenure at an academic institution and he's not willing to trade his livelihood for 15 moments of fame, right? That's intelligence in and of itself. I can't call it. Here we go.
Why talk about something
You
that has
said,
no bearing
you said
effect?
Trump
both
wasn't
questions have
trying
been
to
answered.
change birthright
Acknowledge the
citizenship.
red
Why
flag.
talk
We're
about
acknowledging
something
the red
that
flag.
has no
Both
bearing
questions have been
effect?
answered.
You're ridiculous.
Jabari,
Read something.
Jabari, your question has been
You nigga
answered.
never
Read
tried
your
yourself.
something.
You ain't got a
Your
struggle
question
in
has
your
been
life.
answered.
3 women that left you.
All wrong.
Fuck
We're
your
crossing
best
into
friend.
opinions.
All wrong. All
You guys
wrong.
are scared of Unc.
All
Hey,
wrong.
you ex dope feet.
All wrong.
You guys are starting with Unc. You're scared of Unc.
I can tell
And
you
you have
ex
a
dope
small
feet.
penis.
That's gay.
Good.
That's gay.
All right, you have a small penis.
You got dick on your
That's why
mind.
you like this. No,
You got dick on your mind.
Because you're
That's
overcompensating.
gay, bro.
And that's sad.
You have dick on your
That's
mind.
sad.
You're a fact.
That's
I'm
sad.
going on
All
the
right,
record and
we're
say,
going to settle.
This nigga's a fact.
Now, here is where it starts to get royally disrespectful. Because where I'm from, the moment you start talking about I'm gay or I'm a fag, now we got to see what them hands do. Period. That's just where I'm from. That's just how I'm grown. That's just how I'm raised. But Jabari doesn't go for the bait for whatever reason. He doesn't respond with violence, and we don't know that from him. And you know, he's a Kemetic priest. We shouldn't expect that from him. Let's be clear on that too, right? If I'm being really genuine, I don't think Jabari not responding with violence means he's weak. It actually could mean he's very intelligent. And for Wack 100, let me say this. Every time Wack 100 has an encounter with somebody, videos go up the next day from his camp or directly from him, inspired by him in some way, where Wack 100 violated this person, went in on this person, did, you know, all that. But let me say this. You know, one of my teachers said years ago that he was raised in an environment in Bed-Stuy and Brownsville, New York, in the 60s and 70s, where you couldn't pull a knife out without actually using it and come back to the neighborhood and be respected. In fact, he gives a story about a particular leader among us. I won't say any names for obvious reasons, but he gives a story about a leader among us, one of my teachers, where he says he pulled out a knife on a guy and they were able to settle and resolve the argument. And he stabbed him in the hollow of his thigh. even after they settled the argument, just cause. And the understanding was, I pulled it out, so I gotta use it. So I say that to say, you know, Wack 100 has to be careful out here because he's building this name of, I'm gonna put hands and feet on people without really putting hands and feet on nobody. And one day there's gonna be somebody that's willing to go all the way there and some, and he essentially won't know how to deal with that. So, you know, I know people are saying Jabari is soft and he's weak, but from what I know, from what I heard, Jabari left that room untouched. From what I heard and saw that even called just now, and you guys heard it live, they shook hands and spoke peaceably. Jabari spoke on a live stream the other day and said when the cameras went off, Wack 100 was very cordial. I'm gonna just keep it real. Again, I'm not here to bash nobody. No horse in the race. Let's go.
Okay, we will settle that point. We are now acknowledging the red flag. Please, we're going to acknowledge the red flag.
It would take one to know one.
Coming to the conversation.
Exactly. That's how we're done. That's how we're done.
On Rikers Island.
Hold on. What?
So just to be clear, everybody, this is the part of the conversation where it's about to get really heated, and it looks like Wack 100 is going to be about to ready to throw some blows. And then you're going to see something interesting happening, right? And I'm going to have a lot to say about the OG when he enters this space. Here we go. Jabari made a comment referencing Wack 100's meat, and he said he got small meat. And I'm using the term meat because we're not going to say what he actually said, right? But I'm sure everybody knows what I'm referring to. So at this point, Jabari had already made a reference to Wack 100 having small meat. And that's why you just heard Wack 100 say he's gay, he's a fag, and now he's going in. So now, with everything else I named that was obviously disrupting Wack 100's mood with respect to Jabari, now he feel like Jabari's played in his face. Because now you're talking about the size of my manhood. So now that really, really peed him off. And as Jabari said, we can only wonder why he took that comment personal. So I want you guys to check as the temperature goes all the way up.
Nigga, you got fucked on Rikers or something?
Okay, we're not going to get
conversation.
Is there water in that?
I don't drink.
Is there water in that?
When you get coming to a conversation.
Race
Does your religion say you
that race started a war? We don't know where we from.
Thank you.
No one knows.
This is the debate. We don't know our origin. At the end of the day, hold on. Everyone settle.
That's gay.
Everyone settle. Everyone settle.
Is that gay?
Everyone
To
settle.
reference another nigga dick, don't fuck on that. Is that gay, nigga?
I mean, that's not
Is that gay? So out of a conversation got nothing to do with that to say you got a little dick.
I'm sorry. You talked about women I was involved with. You said I was gay. I said you had a little penis. That's what I said.
Gay.
Oh, that's it.
So Jabari doubled down and said, all I said is you have a little penis. But you talked about women that I was involved with. You talked about my wife. So, in Jabari's defense, he can respond with equal or greater force to his desire, to his delight. But as for the rest of us men, we just ain't talking about the size of no man meat and while we arguing or in any conversation. Like, women have an interest. There's an interesting dynamic that occurs with women, right? Women will be hanging out and they'll be like, "Oh, what do you think about my bust, or what do you think about my the size of my chest?" And, "Oh, girl, you got a nice size," or whatever. Women do that. You ain't never in your life, hopefully, been in an environment where men is talking about, "Ooh, what's the size of your Johnson?" or your Johnson's small. Men don't talk like that. Even in the heat of anger, men don't talk like that. And to Wack 100's credit, men on the street definitely don't talk like that. And you damn sure can't be in jail talking like that. But Jabari doubles down that, yes, I said your penis was small. So that means Brother Jabari. You met him where he's at in his level of ignorance. And call it what you want it, call it however other people will take it. I'm going to take a point away from you for that, because I say that you say you're a Kemetic priest. You don't need to meet people where they're at. I know that it's cliche, and I know that Michelle said it, but we did hear her say, when they go low, we go high. Well, Wack 100 went low and Jabari went all the way low. Pause. And again, I got to take a point away from Jabari on that. So, Jabari, you lose a point on that. Wack 100 done lost several points. Let's be clear on the tally, right? But Jabari, you did lose a point on that, because again, you say that you're a Kemetic priest, right? And the people who follow you, they're not going to publicly say this, admit to it. They're not even going to privately tell you that you're wrong, but in their heart, they're going to understand that what I'm saying right here is correct. When you self-identify as a clergyman, right, as a spiritual leader and practitioner, right, you don't have to meet people in their ignorance. There's always a choice in how you engage and deal with people, and you, Jabari, don't have to meet people there. I'm gonna say, with all due respect, Jabari, I don't like that for you. We hold you at a higher level. Right now, if there was threat of violence against your wife or against you, then all is fair in war. But if it's just words, Brother Jabari, and your lady is not physically present, and you stood there and continued to talk and not go to physical violence, then you didn't need to go there with him. All right. And I'm going to tell you this also, Jabari, and you may not like this, but I'm going to tell you this. The critique of your enemy is more dear than the love of your friend. I don't know that you see me as your enemy. I would hate to even think that. I don't know that you see me as an op. I don't know that you see me as somebody that you dislike. But I'll say to you that even the critique of your enemy is more dear than the love of your friend. Your friend is not going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth, Brother Jabari. I don't like that for you. We the people don't like that for you.
That's
women fucked your friends.
Right, that's good. Okay, thank you.
But they don't respect you.
Thank you. That's exactly what,
That's gay.
I'm glad you're aware of that.
You don't think that's gay?
Good. No, what I'm saying
You don't
is,
think that's gay?
what I'm saying is you're talking loud and saying nothing.
Who raised you,
You're
your mom or
talking
your dad?
loud and saying
Nigga, you telling me
nothing.
to pay attention to
Can we acknowledge, I need you to acknowledge
You gotta
the gentleman with the
talk to
red
him.
flag.
Hey, hold up. Time.
The nigga told me.
So let me also say this. I'm smart enough to realize now that Wack 100 is a pump faker as well, right? Because if you offended, then just go with the offense and do what you do. Right? I've seen Wack 100 stop mid conversation and try to climb over the table and get to certain people. If you that offended, Wack 100, do what you do. But I don't know if it was the Unc that Jabari was carrying, or whether it was the comment that Jabari made towards him that really made him feel, no pun intended, small. But I do see what Wack 100 is doing here. He's checking the temperature. Who was you raised by? Huh? Who was you raised by? Your mother or your father? Any real NIGGA from the streets? Hearing that, the conversation is over. I mean, who I was raised by, my mother or my father. Now we going left because my parents don't need to be brought up. You already was talking about my wife. Now we going left. Now the conversation is done. Podcast done. YouTube contract is done. Yeah, we never gonna be live again because what's gonna happen here right now? It's never gonna make it to YouTube. The channel is going down because it's about to go down. Right? So Wack 100 is checking the temperature. I know it when I see it. He want to see where Jabari's ignorance is at. So he starts pressing with things that he know wouldn't fly with hood dudes or with real NIGGAs. Talking about who raised you, your mother, or your father. And when Jabari doesn't respond cordially, I want everybody to peep game. Now Wack gets more aggressive. And I just got to say this to Captain Crunch because he feel like Wack is a bad man. I don't know how. But I got to say this to Captain Crunch. Wack 100 is not tough, nor is he a warrior. I say that because when you felt offended in the worst way with that comment about your manhood and the size or lack of size thereof, you should have responded. You shouldn't have been fishing to see where Jabari's strength is at by trying certain things and seeing what give, because you're really trying to figure out if Jabari's that guy for real, for real. That's why you're throwing little insults. And when you start to see Jabari fold, now you let out you beat on your chest. That lets me know you weak. Because a real NIGGA, an insult is an insult. Whether you stronger than me or not, whether you're more popular than me or not, whether you in the gym, whether you got that thing on you, whether or not you insult me, I'm punching you in your face. That's how real NIGGAs move. So Wack reminds me occasionally that he puts the Wack in Wack 100 because when he sees Jabari start to get more humble and calm and maybe even possibly fold, that's when he starts beating his chest, and that's when you're going to see him go crazy in the room. And I got to tell you, as a real man, I don't respect that. I don't respect that. I don't respect that now that you perceive him as being weak, that made you show that now you strong. Nah, you know what I would have felt you were strong? If you'd have slapped Jabari and everybody he came in the room with after that comment was flung. But you didn't. You waited till Jabari started to buckle up, maybe because he was in LA and it really wasn't you. Maybe because we know Wack 100 traveled with a lot of people, maybe even possibly some security. We don't know who was in the room. Senator could fill us in. So we don't know why Jabari ultimately decided to, fold under pressure, if you call it, or whether he ultimately decided to give in and apologize. We don't know what the factors were. But I do know this. It's only when Jabari started to tuck his head and put his hand over his face, and I say that allegorically because he didn't physically do that, that's when Wack 100 found the kryptonite in Jabari and then realized that he must be, I guess, Superman in that moment. And that let me know Wack 100 is a whole cornball. And every now and again, he reminds us of why they call him Wack 100. You put the Wack in 100, homeboy. I ain't afraid of you or nobody you with. Tell Captain Crunch.
I couldn't call him a name, and I don't even know this nigga.
Okay, we acknowledge that. That is the fact that was stated.
I come up here with all kinds of fucking bullshit ass.
Hold on, okay, speaking real fast. Go ahead.
Everybody watching this, I just want to say something before we acknowledge the question. This is the thing, and I want a lot of the younger people. I look at younger people in the audience, and I want the younger people that's actually part of the panel to get a chance to step up and get involved in this, because this is the problem. We are trying to find nationality, and is it even important?
Not me. Hell no.
Right, what was your question? I don't think it's important at all.
Please, go ahead.
I mean, as an African, what? No, I'm just bullshitting. What I'm saying is,
y'all white African?
Yeah, I mean, why not?
If more African than you.
That's what I'm saying.
Way more African than you.
See? Let him answer, please. I'm more African than you.
Go ahead, your time has begun.
I'm saying, so you said you're from multiple places in Africa, and you think your people are from America.
I'm American. Yeah.
Period.
My shit started on the plantation and then up. I know all that shit that
Before
happened.
that,
plantation. That's a fact, nigga.
I mean, that was going on here.
Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana. Yeah, I can trace that back. Will McElroy, Tumasua, Mississippi. He went back and bought the land he was a slave on, and we still own him 500 acres a day. Damn. And then he went and bought his wife out of motherfucking slavery. And when the sheriff showed up to say it wasn't his, he killed the sheriff, did 10 years on the chain gang, and we still got that land today. You motherfucking right. I trace it back to the plantation. You just inferior to what's in
Who's
front of you.
talking right now?
Because you got bitch in you.
It's natural for things to slow down in the bedroom, but why settle for natural? This has us jumping each other like we're 20 again. Brigitte Reddy is a
It's crazy how this commercial can play while Wack 100 feels uncomfortable talking about the size of his man.
discreet Edie Med that does 5 things most others can't.
Who's talking right now?
So you shouldn't have referenced a dick.
Who's talking right now?
Fuck over you every chance
Who's
I get.
talking right now?
It don't
Moderator?
matter.
Moderator.
Nigga, you ain't more man than me,
Real
nigga.
loud.
We're gonna acknowledge
you think
and
you're saying nothing.
You believe that his loudness is trying to compensate for what? A lack of what? He's saying stuff.
I already told him what it was a lack of.
Don't sex play me again. If you sex play me, I'm gonna find your chin attractive. On Palm Room.
Sorry.
Fuck your God, nigga. So don't sex play me again. You been warned.
Brother.
We'll change the
Straight up,
subject on
nigga.
that
Fuck
for
your God.
everybody.
Don't be
You know, Jabari might be onto something. Wack 100's really upset about that comment. Jabari might be onto something. It's still a sus comment to make. We ain't getting around that. That comment is sus. But he might be onto something because Wack 100 is really upset. Homeboy said, F your God. You know you say that to the weakest man he ready to fight. Wack 100 is really upset about conversations about the size of his man.
and everything about it. Don't sex play me again. Nigga, I'm from East South Paul, nigga. I don't play them sex play games.
Brother.
You gonna be the bitch you is, nigga.
Brother.
Don't sex play me again.
Brother.
I'm telling you in your eyes, like the bitch you is, don't sex play me,
We're gonna
nigga.
make sure to respect everyone. That's
I ain't said it, nigga. And if you got a problem with what I'm saying, all you gotta do is try me, and I'm gonna find your chin and chocolate and knock your bitch ass out. Don't sex play me, nigga. Fuck your God and your religion. Where I come from, we don't play like that. Nigga, be South Palm Room, nigga, and you gonna respect that. You bitch ass nigga.
All right, so I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'm from the hood. I seen a lot of things growing up in the hood. I was born in America to Caribbean parents. I've been exposed to a lot of different cultures. I live in New York, the melting pot of the whole world. I know the difference between somebody yelling, somebody pissed off, and somebody crying. That comment about the size of Wack 100's meat got Wack 100 crying. Jabari might be on to something. I don't know how Jabari confirmed it. But he might be on to something.
Now we can keep going. If all you got to do is try it. I guarantee you, I'll knock your bitch ass out.
Told you I was better than you.
Don't sex play me again, nigga.
Told you.
Hold on. Don't sex play me again.
I told you.
Don't sex play me again.
I told you.
You've been manipulating your life.
I told you I was better than you. You ain't nothing but a motherfucking thug, nigga. And that's all you gonna do. You ain't nothing but a thug. That's all you are.
I'm a man first.
You still a fucking thug.
Always
That's all you are, man.
And Sonetta, if you're watching, I want you to call in now, or I want you to tap this live link now. Sonetta, if you're watching, I want you to join the live stream at this point. I won't have you on long, but I would love if you could join the live stream right here, because here is where I got to say this, right? I'm going to be critical of Sonetta if he says something that I feel the need to be critical about, but I'm going to first say this. Sonetta is one of those friends that's your friend to the end. Sonetta is Chucky in the worst way. I'm telling you. Sonetta is one of those friends that you want as your friend, right? Sonetta, guys, is going to tell them later in this live stream, he's 64 years old. He's at least 10 years older than Brother Jabari. He's at least 15 years older or lesser or some than Wack 100. And he jumped in that room real quick. He was already in the room, but he jumped in the middle of Wack 100 and Jabari immediately, fighting to get there, literally fighting to get there, because he's that friend that you're not gonna play with my friend in front of me. So I know people don't like Sarnetta for various reasons. I know me and Sarnetta have even had issues in the past. But I gotta say this. Sarnetta's that friend that if that's your friend to the end. He's Chucky in the worst way because he gonna be there for his friend. And I know Jabari has respect for him. I know Jabari has love for him. But I gotta say this. When a man put himself in harm's way for another man, that man got love for you in the realest way because you never know what can happen jumping between an issue like that. You never know. Sarnetta is not from LA. They in LA right now. Sarnetta's from Harlem. Jabari lives in Harlem. I believe he's from Queens or Brooklyn. I'm not entirely sure. He can clarify that whenever he gets a chance. But I know he's from New York and lived a considerable time in either Queens or Brooklyn and now resides in Harlem or has moved since. I don't know. But Sarnetta is Harlem born, Harlem bred, Harlem raised, and a man's man. And at 64 years old and battling health concerns behind the scenes, as he's always vocal to let you know that he's had issues, ongoing issues with his health right now. All that stuff aside, jumped in the middle for his man. You got to respect that. You got to love that. You got to put respect on that.
You ain't gonna be nothing else about him, dog. You can't even take it. You can't even take it. No, nigga, you got a loud motherfucking mouth. And now when he checked your ass, he ain't checked real information. You fucking cry.
And by the way, all this tough talk Wack been talking the whole time, you know, ignorance don't care about age. You know, disrespect don't care about seniority and elder statesmanship. In the hood, in the streets, you are older head and you walk up between this issue, you're going to get hit too. So how was it that Sarnetta jumping up, literally getting in Wack 100's face, was able to transform what was looking like a pit bull right back into a chihuahua? Bunch of barking and a small little bite. Ouch.
He just got checked. Now you want to fight now. He got checked. Now you want to fight. If you sex play me, I'm going to do you in. I don't deal with that bullshit.
No one's going to
deal with that. I don't deal with that.
Take it down.
Nigga, we don't play no sex play around here.
No one's going to disrespect each other. Take it down. Everyone, we're all going to take it down for one moment.
Sex play me as a man. Hold on. My wife. You's a bitch for you.
So hold on, gentlemen, one moment. No one is going to sex play anybody. No one's going to disrespect anybody physically.
I feel you.
Hold on. Wack, no one's going to disrespect you.
That's not what he was saying, though, bro.
Wack, no one's going to disrespect you. Wack, no one's going to disrespect you.
Dicks to me.
Okay, so there will be no more talk about that. So hold on. Just so that way we can continue this in a clear fashion. In a clear fashion.
You ain't on the East Coast, nigga. We don't use that terminology out here. Y'all use it a lot. Suck my dick, Frank. I never invite a man to my shit. Because I'm not gay out here. Because I'm not gay. I never tell.
Let me find out. Wall Street World Report said, come on, Zion. We from the DCEP days. Wack is looking like a herb. All facts. All facts. All facts. You know, growing up in Vanderveer, growing up in Flatbush, East Flatbush at that, we've seen a lot of different gangs. We've seen BMW in the 90s. And by 90s, I don't mean era, I mean the 90s section of Brooklyn. We've seen BMW in the 90s. We've seen FPK in Flatbush. We've seen VIP Posse in Flatbush. You know, we've seen all kind of gangs. We've seen DCEPs. We've seen Wolfpack. We've seen all kind of gangs. I mean, I'll be here all day naming gang and gang culture in Brooklyn. We've seen all that. And knowing gang culture, coming up in gang culture, and then seeing people that say they gang, right now, it ain't adding up. It ain't adding up that Wack 100 is gang, and 64-year-old Sarnetta got up and could tell you right now, he ain't the strongest man. He ain't even in the best health. But what he's not going to do is allow you to punk his man, not while he's there, not on his watch. Whether you like him or not, whether you like it or not, Sonata is that friend that's your friend to the end. He's Chucky for real in the worst way. You gotta have respect for people like that. And as I said that, boom, look who steps in the room. Peace, brother Sonata. No introductions needed. Jump in, my brother. Jump in.
Peace, brother Zion. I had to come in because I see there's a comment down there where somebody said, nah, Saw lying. He told Garfield to suck his joint. I never told Garfield that. I told Garfield to go suck on the white man joint, not Netta, because I don't invite men to my penis. I am not gay. When you tell another man to suck your penis, you are letting the people, oh, I'm gay. Come on over here and suck. What I look like telling another man to put his lips on my penis? Hell no. I told Garfield, go suck the white man's, that's what I said.
Right.
I don't minds. Not mine.
That's just letting the man feel your disrespect.
And that's the reason why I did it at that point, because it was already there. I was already ready to go there. You know what I'm saying? When you do stuff like that, you're ready to go there.
That's a fact, Sonata.
And I know that.
So now that we got you here live, Sonata, give us you our eyes in the room. You seeing everything, right? Me and you been in LA before. Me and you chopped it up with Cowboy, the best friend of Nipsey Hussle. Right. We walked the streets of LA. We seen certain things, and you went back again this time once more for your people. Big shout out to you and respect for that. By the way, we got to let a bomb rip. So, is Wack 100 alone? Is my question. Do he got security? Is there a bunch of people in the room? Be our eyes and ears. What's happening in the room at this point?
You had some young G's up in there, so I don't know if they was with Wack. I can't say they was with him. I can't say they wasn't with him. Do you know what I'm saying? Because there's some young boys in there. And he talked about how he got gang. He said, I'm around gang members right now. That's what he said. He said that, if y'all listen.
Yeah, he did.
And he was also strapped. He was strapped. He had his woman. He had his woman carrying his heat, stuff like that. But what a lot of people don't know, they probably saying, well, damn, why would Saw come in saying I'm better than you? What people don't know is that I'm the chess player, and it played right into my hand. When I first came in the joint, I shook his hand, and I said, yo, I'm better than you. I said that before the cameras went on. I said that. I said, I'm better than you. I'm a better man than you. And he said, what you mean? I said, I'm better than you. And now when this situation happened, that's when I jump up and I said, I told you I'm better than you. I told you I was better than you when he started doing that stuff right there. But the brother that's standing next to me, he kept knocking me off my square. It was so much Zion that I wanted to hit him with, but the brother kept hitting me and stopping me. And then he's giving me the brain fog where I started, forgetting what I'm supposed to say, because if you look at it, you will see he keep on hitting me. And me. And I'm looking at him like, yo, brother, go over there.
Right.
Because I had so much ready to hit him with when I was saying I'm better than you. I was going to let him know that I was the chairman of the new Black Panther Party for self-defense, fighting for the liberation of black people. That's the gang I was a part of. You are a part of a gang that was destructive to black people. That's how I wanted to get it in.
You told him that to his face. You said, I want to say, we're going to get there in a couple of moments, y'all. But Sonata said to him, when the people see you, there's a difference between me and you. When they see me in the street, they say, Sonata, you a legend. You helped me with this. I transformed my life. You know what they see? You know what they say when they see you, Wack? Wack said what? They see a nigga. They see somebody in gang culture, not changing the games, but out here still doing the same dumb shit.
And Wack said, he said, I ain't kill nobody. Yeah, but you got people that you got your little flunkies to do stuff for.
That's a fact.
You got your little flunkies to do your dirt.
That's a fact.
It's the same way of you doing it, bro.
But I gotta ask you this.
Go ahead.
Right? And I'm gonna say it the way I feel it. All right. I'm gonna keep it real. We got to talk about your captain. You say that's your captain. We got to talk about your captain. Your captain did a video responding to this. And he said, I already know this wasn't going to work for Saw, because why would Saw go there on the strength of me? He says Sonata and Jabari got that connect through me. They couldn't be there if it was not for me. And they walked in the building disrespecting me. So why wouldn't you think that you was gonna get checked. He said, I'm not saying that anybody that have an issue generally with me gotta see Wack 100, but I'm telling you that anybody that come after me, Wack 100 has proved loyal. He gonna stand there and stand up for me. So Saw and them already played themselves from the gate. I'm paraphrasing by disrespecting me from the gate, saying, "Oh, this is the guy that beat Captain Tazariak and he ain't nobody." Captain was going in on y'all, and he was siding with Wack 100. So I want to know what's your thoughts on that.
Well, it is true. Captain is the one that let me go. He told me I can go. So I was the man to pick up Jabari, and I picked Jabari to come with me. And of course I told Nepal to come with me. Right. And so yes, that is true. Captain set it up for me. But guess what? People can say, and I can say, but I'm not going to even put that on 607. I can say the whole thing was a setup. Because we wasn't told that Wack was supposed to sit down with us. We was told we was going there to sit down with 607. You know how he have his podcast and he sit down and we sit across from him and we go at it. We go back and forth like that on the information.
Is Six? This is a sidebar real quick. Is he a young man or he's like an older dude? Well,
he's not young. You know, I don't know how old he is, but he's not a young man. He's an older dude.
I say that because he looked like a 75-year-old boy.
Nah, I don't know about that, but
you know I'm gonna talk my shit, right?
Yeah, that's cool. That's what I'm saying. We didn't know until 3 hours later.
Yeah.
So we already all the way out there. What we gonna do is like, nah, man, we gonna go back to the hotel. No, we ain't do that. I just said, all right, it is what it is. I stood there. I remember going back and forth with Wack on my show when he came. And so when I came in, we smiling. I shook his hand, pulled him a little closer to me and said, you know, I'm a better man than you, right? I hit him with that. And now it played out. And so as far as my captain, man, shout out to my captain. But I know what happened was, I didn't disrespect Captain, or Jabari didn't. It was me because I knew Captain and Wack was good. And so when I told Wack 100, I said, this man right here, you know how I always do, Jabari. I mean, Zion. I said, Floyd Mayweather right here. He's the best. He beat everybody. He even beat your man Captain. That's what I said. That's not disrespecting Captain. You know? I ain't get up there and say Captain is trash. He's garbage. Right. I ain't do none of that. I just said this man right here beat the Captain. That's what I said. And so if that's disrespect, I don't know what the hell Captain talking about as far as that is.
Okay. So I mean, I caught some of your live stream responding to this with Jabari joined on some other dudes, and Jabari made a comment in the comment section agreeing with you in saying that when the cameras went off, Wack 100 went back to being cool. Like you couldn't even tell there was no argument.
They was making sweet love.
I gotta ask you, do you think some of the behavior, the posturing by Wack? I'm just keeping it. I'm not trying to put Wack in the corner for any content. I'm not trying to do none of that corny shit. But I'm just trying to get you to do what you do. Keep it real. Do you think that a lot of the behavior from Wack on the podcast was for content? I mean.
Now that I can sit back and look at it, Zion, yes, it was all content. It was all content, man. Yep. Now that I sit back and look at it, because when the whole thing was over, Jabari and Wack 100 was making love. And when I say making love, I'm not talking about physically and sexually. You know, I'm saying they was all buddy lovers. Right. You my brother. You know, shaking hands, talking on the side, and like nothing never happened, Zion. I was like, God damn. I was in the room still working with my camera, fixing it up. And I come in the kitchen. This brother, Wack 100, is all smiles and talking and making love again with like these two. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's when I was like, oh, this shit is content. And that's what 607 kept saying. If you listen close, you'll 607 say, yo, he told Jabari, he whispered to Jabari and said, this is content. This is good content. Like that. And when you see, if you rewind it back a little bit, Zion, just before I sit on that chair, as I'm moving to the chair, because I looked at it a few times, you'll see Unc 607 telling the dude in the great that's standing by me, yo, get the mic. Put the mic on Sardetta. Make sure they can hear him. Put the mic. You know, I'm looking at like, oh, these niggas is playing. Mic on me. They want to make sure that they pick up this content. And let me show you how weak Wack 100 is. He started talking about my clothes, brother.
Oh, come on.
He started talking about my gators. He said, man, those are whack. Those are fake gators. Like, yo, are you serious? You
on camera or after?
On camera. You're going to hear him. He's saying it on camera. Yeah, those are whack. Those are fake gators. Fake gators. And then he said, I used to dress like that. So I already knew he was impressed with my gear, the way I came in. Because he said, I used to dress like that, but I don't dress like that no more because I'm trying to appeal to the youth. I'm like, what?
Nah, that's that.
He said,
I said a couple of moments ago, every now and again, Wack 100 says things and does things to remind you why they call him Wack 100. For real. But let me ask you a question, man. Somebody put up a comment. Good brother, by the way. It's not no weirdo. Good brother put up a comment. He said, I don't understand why consciousness would enter a space like that. And I disagreed with the brother. I feel a need for consciousness to be there. Had not consciousness, even with you being the face of it, enter certain spaces, a lot of us that do have knowledge to a certain extent, an area in whatever degree, a lot of us would not be as known as we are without people like yourself, namely yourself, taking consciousness on the road and putting it in spaces we normally don't see it in. So I want you to just weigh in real quick on Sardetta on why it is you would be on a show like that. Because people are like, oh, why I saw on the 607 Unc Show? And I'm feeling like, why wouldn't he be on the show?
Right. Well, if you look at it from the very beginning, I started off in the grassroots, in the muck in the mire. You know what I'm saying? On 125th Street, getting these young boys, trying to get them into the knowledge, into the consciousness. And so it is very important for us to reach that platform.
I agree.
Touch yourself as well, Zion.
I agree.
If you could, and Unc will fly you out. He will get you a hotel. He will put you in a hotel. You can go out to eat. And that's why I'm shouting out my brother 607.
You gotta respect that.
Ubers every day. I would go to eat in the morning, eat in the evening. And all I would do is just give him the receipt. And once he see it, I would buy it. I would pay for it myself, but I would give him the receipt. And he'd look at the receipt and he'd go in his pocket and peel me right off. Give it right back to me. Here you go. You see what I'm saying?
You can't ask for more than that.
Right. So the brother did take care of me like that, as far as taking care of the expenses and the hotel fee and flying me there and flying me back.
I want you real quick, Sardetta, and I don't think this is off topic. I want you to remind the people of who you introduced in the community. And I want to clarify the statement before you say so. A lot of us that's been doing this for a while, we've been doing this before we met Sardetta. But I'm gonna double down on this point. In fact, a lot of us would not be as known had we not interfaced with Brother Sardetta. A lot of us became introduced worldwide because of our interface with Sardetta. So if you don't mind, remind us of the people you introduced to the community.
Well, I mean, damn, if I do that, I'm gonna forget a lot of people. But number one, Dr. Umar Johnson. Now, Umar been doing this, but not on a big scale until he met me. Of course, Polite messed up somehow. He got too hungry, he got too greedy, and he wanted the fast route out. Captain Tazoriak, shout out to my captain. Captain been doing it before I met him, but not on this scale. You see
Not
what I'm
on that
saying?
scale. That's right.
He will tell you, just like you've been doing this. And you know what I'm saying? And then you got to expose to us, and we kept building each other up. So you've been doing this for a long time. And I want to say I appreciate the way you came in. Right now, you know the Metal Metro, brother. You have advanced. You went far than damn near everybody that was over here. You know, you took it to a higher level. I
appreciate that.
There's so many. Like, I don't know if Garfield went so far yet, but Garfield, nobody wouldn't know Garfield.
No,
if it
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
for the HOK, the Arm and Raw Squad, Unc and all of now. Unc been doing it, but not on a big scale like
That's
that. He
right.
was known out there like that.
That's
you
right.
know, Sarah Suit and Seti, you know, Sarah Suit and Seti, Young Pharaoh been doing it, but not on a big scale until they all touched the HOK. When they touched the HOK, they got bigger and blown up, and it was out there. You know, so it's been so many people. I know other people can start mentioning some names, but like I said, I would forget some. Oh, yeah, Professor Larry, Brother Larry, you know, my brother Larry. And even some of the elders, like Professor Smalls. Now, we know Professor Smalls been out there way before. But when he touched and graced the platform, that's how he got exposed to the younger generation.
That's right. That's right.
what I'm
You
talking about?
bridge the gap. See,
Right.
for people
Right.
that been around that was already known, yeah, they was already known, but you still bridged the gap and showed them to a newer audience and a younger generation.
Right, right. So that's how them brothers did. They came in doing that. And so, yeah, man. So there's a lot of people that I brought out. I can't remember all of them, but there's a lot of people.
And again, I know you said it, but Jabari included.
Oh yeah.
Jabari was doing this like myself since the 90s, but we didn't know about him.
But if you was to ask Jabari here, swear I didn't bring him out, man. He's crazy with that part. He's just so arrogant on that. If you was to ask Jabari something that have brought you out, he'd say, no, I've been doing this for Jabari, not on the level, not on this level.
Yeah.
Not on this level, brother.
Yeah.
Divine Prospect.
That's
you know,
right.
now the brothers that I mentioned, yes, they've been Israelites way before I brought them out. But when you came out, that's when you really got the exposure.
That's a fact.
People. You know what I'm saying? ISUPK, man. I mean, shout out to my ISUPK team. You know, I rock with the captain because he always showed me love. One day, I was outside on 140th Street, and I'm filming the captain. Now, I don't see the dude coming from behind me, but captain do because he's facing me. So he can see who's coming behind me. Don't you know the captain stopped and told the dude, don't come this way, go around the other way. Like, and I looked behind me and I seen the dude, he was coming like he was coming straight for me. So the captain thought he was probably coming to do something to me or something, but he stopped him right there and told him, make sure he go around. And
How you feel about this comment?
Ever since he did that, I was like, damn, that's my brother right there.
How you feel about this comment?
I disagree with that comment. How the hell you made me when I was already out there? You know,
I wouldn't say we made you.
No, you
I
know,
would definitely say because you made mention when you mentioned me that we helped each other. I would definitely say
I would say that. Yes,
definitely helped some of us. Not maybe not everybody.
Yeah,
some of us definitely helped the platform.
Yeah, I wouldn't say made me because you know who
I made you. You was doing this before I met you.
Right. You know,
I didn't make you.
Let me tell you, I wouldn't say made me, but what I would say is the man who made me a man is Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad. So I've been a Black Panther way before I started doing this right here. And what happened was once Khalid Muhammad was poisoned and killed and murdered, that's when I began to start doing my thing. I'm the one that kept Black Power alive in Harlem. You see what I'm saying? I'm the one, and then Sarah Suit said he started doing it. Black Power, but all that come from us, from Harlem. You see what I'm saying? Said he used to watch me on 125th Street. He said it himself. He used to come by, watch me, because I think his girlfriend was there, his girl lived there, his baby mother lived there.
Yeah.
You know, right on 143rd.
Yeah, he did say he had a female that was in the city. He did.
Yeah, I know her. She bumps into me here and there sometime.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And so, yeah, man. So,
you know, it might be dope, man. A reunion show live. Reunion show live of all the All-Stars, man. People put all their BS to the side and everybody come out.
Brother, guess who brought that out to me a couple of days ago? Ooh. You ever heard of Sister Freedom?
Of course. Yeah.
Sister Freedom said, Sonetta, you need to have a cookout where you bring the House of Consciousness family and everybody back together and have a nice cookout where everybody get to mingle with each other. I was like, damn, that sounds like a real good idea.
Oh, let me say this while we're here for the record. Your captain loved capping. He said And I'm gonna revisit this, and I'm gonna put on the record for people that don't know that even Sonetta was upset about me about this. Me and Captain were supposed to have a debate live on Sonetta TV. We all went into Sonetta actual studio location in Harlem. Priest Daniela was there. Captain Katazar was there. And of course, Tazariak was there. The night before, Tazariak called and texted me. I spoke with Priest Daniela, and we all agreed, and I even told us this on it after, that we felt like you was trying to use us to go against us rather than see us build up with each other to go against some of the Kemetic greats. So we agreed the night before not to go in there actually debating. Daniela knows this, and Tazariak knows this. So why this nigga, Captain Tazariak, gonna say, oh, Zion was talking all this shit. He wanted to debate me on the day of, though he didn't debate me. This is why certain people saw that I personally could never respect. Daniela knows that we agreed that me and Tazariak wasn't going to actually go at it the way we could because we didn't feel that would be towards the benefit of Israelites doing that. Daniela knows that. Tazariak knows that. So for Tazariak to make a video and say, oh, Zion was talking about he wanted to debate me, then in front of me he froze up, that's the weakest nigga on the planet. I would never freeze in front of Captain Crunch. I would never freeze in front of entire ISUPK. Before Tazariak was here, before he was in ISUPK, I went to One West by myself in the Great Passover of 1993 and 1995. Stood up both times to challenge the leaders, and they threw my ass out. Not physically, because they couldn't, but they told me to leave. And I left because it's their space and their place. But I stood up. Tazariak wasn't there in 1993. Tazariak wasn't there in 1995. But I was. Ask anybody about the big Passover in 1995. I was there. And I stood up because they in ISUPK, they always have a segment where you can ask questions, even if it's the Passover. So I stood up. And the brothers that brought me, they from ISUPK. And they telling me, yo, sit down, because they know how I am. I was Old Testament. They're like, yo, chill, not now. And I said, nah, they asked for questions. So I stood up and I challenged them. And you know me, giving them that work. And they told me I gotta leave. They didn't even want to debate me. They just told me straight up, you gotta leave. This was before Captain Tazariak. So no, Tazariak, I didn't freeze because of you. I was honorable as a man and kept to my word like you did, nigga. Kept to your word and equally didn't debate me. Because you like to tell people Zion didn't debate me. Well, you didn't debate me either, chump.
Yeah, I see you still upset about that. Now, I didn't even know.
Not really. I caught a video of him mentioning it, so that's why I'm responding right now.
Yeah, I didn't even know that, Zion, man, that y'all already discussed that. That's crazy. That is crazy right there. Because I thought that you felt back or something. I knew you wasn't afraid. I just felt that.
You know how I am.
Yeah.
You know how I am with the information and with all the other shit. You know how I am.
Do you wish now that you would have got in that ring with him and tore him up?
No. I don't wish that, because what I did was honorable as a man. We agreed behind closed doors that we wouldn't do that, and we both stood to it. He didn't try to debate me either. Remember, you was mad at both of us.
Right.
Or mad at me because I was telling you I wanted to debate him.
Yeah, you was telling me how you were going to go in. So
if we had to do it again, Sonetta, I would probably be a little bit more intelligent as to trust in him. I now know who he is. I'll say that. I now know who he is.
So now let me ask you this. Do you really believe in Jesus as an Old Testament Hebrew? And the mighty Hebrew said he would never believe in no goddamn Jesus Christ.
No, I don't believe in Jesus, but I believe in Yeshua, and I believe there's a difference. I believe there's a difference between Jesus and what the white Catholic Church has told us about his narrative versus who we know about as the historical person named Yeshua. I think there's a huge difference between Jesus and Yeshua.
All right, so you know that you don't believe in the existence of Jesus Christ of the Bible that the King James talk about. You don't believe in that part.
Incorrect. I wouldn't frame it as that. I don't believe in the narrative of Jesus as taught in Christianity. I do believe in the narrative of Yeshua as taught in the New Testament.
Oh, okay. Okay. So do you believe that Yeshua was conceived of a birth that has not been touched by a man?
Oh, wouldn't you want to know that? I tell you what. I believe your captain is against that. And I believe he said I was afraid to debate him. I'll agree to a debating captain. It got to be in person. Mano a mano, me and him, nobody else in the room, not even you. Just put a camera in the room and me and him.
Yeah.
I want to first see him talk all that shit he be talking. And once we get past that, I want to see how he's going to deal with me intellectually. Because we both know he ain't going nowhere in that direction. And I can also tell you he ain't going no other fucking way in any other direction either.
Wow. Well, when I brought y'all two together, I wanted to really see who was the man when it came to this Bible. That's what it was, you know. And just like look at us. I put Shaka against Jabari against Reggie. I don't care if they both kim it, but something happened with Reggie. Something really happened with our brother Dr. Reggie, man.
Yeah, I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure with that ongoing drama that they have, man. But yeah, let your captain know. He been talking a lot about my name since the era of Polite. When Polite was here, he always talk about Zion sided with Harry. He sided with Polite against me. He hated me so much that he sided with Polite. Did a video with Polite where he first coined the term Lil P. And Polite had to look at him and say, what did that mean? He said, Little Polite. He think he you. And they all started laughing. A bunch of Israelites is like, this nigga captain a weirdo. He up there agreeing with somebody that literally shot up the Bible because he hates Zion that much. You hate me so much that you befriended somebody that put AR-15 holes through the Bible. Make that make sense, you big ass weirdo.
Damn.
So yeah, put us in the room, Sonetta. Put us in the room. I don't want nobody else in the room. Put us in the room. I first want to see while the cameras is rolling or off, whether he gonna talk the way he talk. I first want to see that.
Now, you ain't talking about fighting or nothing, right? In the room.
Well, it's YouTube, so we ain't going to translate it that way, but I'm going to still say it the way I just said it. I first want to see what he talking about with all that other shit he talking about. Then we could do all the debate shit. But I first want to see what's all that other shit he talking about. I ain't going to be a part about two brothers doing what they do in the room now. No problem. I'll talk to you about it more offline, but you can put us in the room. Let's make that happen. Yeah, no doubt, man. All right, so yeah, man. All right, I gotta go, man. We got a class at 8:45. So
yeah, peace, brothers.
I appreciate you coming on.
Let me know when you go into the museum again, so I can mic you up, man.
Definitely.
See how far you got in the metal netcher.
All right.
Peace, brother.
All right, peace. All right, y'all. That was Sonetta. We're gonna close out here because I think you guys seen most of it. We got a biblical Hebrew class at 8:45. It's already 2.5 hours in. Thank you for everybody to coming out. Y'all know I don't really get riled up, you know, and with all the nonsense. Y'all know I don't ever curse on Zion Lexx TV platforms, so let me apologize. But you know, sometimes it takes certain people to bring you out your character and your space. And this is one of those dudes, man, because Tazariak is a whole weirdo. Right? I still have messages on my phone where Tazariak literally text messaged me asking me for debate points on certain topics. But then you'll go on camera and be like, oh, I don't mess with Zion. He don't mess with this or he don't do that. But so why you texting me, nigga? You a whole weirdo. Like you showing the public one thing when it comes to me. But when you talk to me personally, it's never how you talk about me. And when you see me, let's be clear, you ain't never disrespect me. We all know that. Even when I came to ISUPK, you like to talk about, oh, when Zion came, he apologized. Yes, I apologized because I was a man. And what you point out that was wrong and what I said was absolutely right. And so I apologize. But when you play back that video, show me where you told me I better apologize. Show me where you told me, oh, you better. None of that. It was brotherly. You was very humble, and I apologize. Do I take back my apology? No, because I'm still an honorable man. What I said was wrong. And I don't think it makes me less of a man to apologize. But I could tell you something I know today. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Going forward, I know exactly how to deal with you. And I would love to see you in person and then have a debate with you the next time I see you. But first, I want to see you in person. With that being said, shalom to all. This is your brother, Zion Lexx of Zion Lexx TV podcast. I hope you guys enjoy this space. See everybody in our Hebrew class at 8:45 p.m. tonight. I'm out.
And if it's on, then it's on. Tell the demon we'll bring it on. And I'll be beating on my chest with the word of y'all like King Kong. And if it's on, then it's on. Tell the demon we'll bring it on. And I'll be beating on my chest with the word of y'all like King Kong. And if it's on, then it's on. Tell the demon we'll bring it on. And I'll be beating on my chest with the word of y'all like King Kong.
See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, with a quick and bones. I felt the Ruach HaKodesh when I wrote this song. That's how I knew it would engrave. It's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, with a quick and bones. Shaky bell taught out me side nah. That's when the Abba Yah wrote his law in stone.
I'm highly elevated, melanated. I know they hate it. Cut from a different cloth, the seed of Jacob, not to be forsaken. We're the holy nation. Please awaken. There's no debating that we were taken here on slave ships by the pagans to Babylon, where they babble on about their hatred. Kill us dead and lock us in their cages. Unplugged from the matrix. It's basics, they're racist, and we're in the snake pit. Bahashim HaMashiach Yahushua, covered in anti-serpent venom. Praise the Lamb of Yah. Ark of the covenant given to us in Exodus. We become his peculiar treasure through obedience. Bahashim HaMashiach Yahushua, covered in anti-serpent venom. Praise the Lamb of Yah. Ark of the covenant given to us in Exodus. Yahuwah Bahashim Yahushua Barakatah. Selah.
See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, with a quick and bones. I felt the Ruach HaKodesh when I wrote this song. That's how I knew it would engrave. It's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, with a quick and bones. Moshe Kibel taught out me side nah. That's when the Abba Yah wrote his law in stone.
Try me out the water like Moshe in denial. This water for the skeptics, y'all gon' draw them out denial. Every knee will bow. Some confessors like snitching, righteously eating. Hunt for the rep, for the wicked, prepare a table in front of my enemy. Beating the homeless, friends and family. I felt the Ruach HaKodesh when I heard this song. When the Messiah coming back, it won't be long. I need the word in me like Mary before she know Joseph. Had him blown away, I made Adam and so explosive. Pharaoh let go and y'all chosen. Don't need your golden chapel, we golden. There's nothing that can take the place of the Most High fighting these devils like Dante. The devil may cry, Shema, Yeshua, Yahuwah, Elohenu. I want that stone with a name on it. That's brand new.
See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, with a quick and bones. I felt the Ruach HaKodesh when I wrote this song. That's how I knew it would engrave. It's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, with a quick and bones. Moshe Kibel taught out me side nah. That's when the Abba Yah wrote his law in stone. Look, I'ma run my kingdom marathon until you call me home of thy kingdom come. And the hell with you vagabond. And fire upon Babylon. Yeah, these curses, they weigh a ton. But still I keep the faith in your holy son. This that music for the valley of the dry bones. This that music that will shake and awaken the bones. When it's in you, it ain't on you, no DNA clone. Rise up, Judah, take your place, reclaiming the throne. Front line against Decepticons and Megatron. The 144 transform into Metatron. I stay equipped from the hip, quick to pull a script. And my AK-207 keep a full clip. I stay equipped from the hip, quick to pull a script. And my AK-207 keep a full clip. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, with a quick and bones. I felt the Ruach HaKodesh when I wrote this song. That's how I knew it would engrave. It's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, with a quick and bones. Moshe Kibel taught out me side nah. That's when the Abba Yah wrote his law in stone.
And if it's on, then it's on. Tell the demon we'll bring it on. And I'll be beating on my chest with the word of y'all like King Kong. And if it's on, then it's on. Tell the demon we'll bring it on. And I'll be beating on my chest with the word of y'all like King Kong. And if it's on, then it's on. Tell the demon we'll bring it on. And I'll be beating on my chest with the word of y'all like King Kong. And if it's on, then it's on. Tell the demon we'll bring it on. And I'll be beating on my chest with the word of y'all like King Kong.
See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you with a quick and bones. I felt the Ruach HaKodesh when I wrote this song. That's how I knew it would engrave. It's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you, then it's set in stone. See, when it's in you, it ain't on you with a quick and bones. Moshe Kibel taught out me side nah. That's when the Abba Yah wrote his law in stone.
I'm highly